fully prepared to try and make one for sentient dumpling.
Oh,
I think
that's
this could be possible.
I've done
Really quite.
golems, but I don't think that's.
Hello.
hello.
Wow.
That'll be
Ooh.
one of Blackdar's tales from the Altiverse. Then is the tales of the sentient food creatures that are being hunted by a human.
Just be that gingerbread man from the Eldraine trailer for Magic the Gathering. He just shanks people with a candy cane.
I mean, when you said gingerbread man, my first thought went to Shrek.
You could do Mongo. Mongo from Shrek.
Oh, I was thinking more gingy.
I know, but I like Mongo.
Why not
He's
both?
great. Yeah. One's gingy.
Both,
All right,
yeah, one
Mongo.
One's the rogue, one's the barbarian.
Or
wow.
their ranger companion. We use the stat block of not a bear,
A bear. This one gingerbread man's just a bear.
Huh.
Also, I remember to actually link World of Alterra in...
Oh, we can't hear you. You're just a little bit quiet.
Okay, so I'm quite quiet.
Not that quiet. No, I just turned you up a little bit.
Yeah, I said hello a few times.
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay, no problem.
I responded.
Hello. Does that count?
Yeah,
I think
hello.
I think the quietest person
Hello.
on here at the moment is Ali.
Okay.
Turn it up to
I
11,
will
Ali.
turn myself up.
You
What are you
do
talking
kind of
about?
sound
Nothing
muffled.
goes to 11.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I've already got you at 200.
I fixed
Yeah.
my. I'm
Wait,
just
you
gonna
can turn
go
people up and down?
Right
Yeah, if you
click.
right click on their name, there's a volume.
Alvina can.
I'm going to click
That's
the
why
feature
you
on my
turn
phone,
Wolfie
it's
down
easier.
to 10%.
That's what most people
You
do.
can also
Yeah, but
also turn people off with your
Yeah.
terribleness.
Yeah, Bane's down at like 10%, Professor's down at 0, Ali's all the way up to 200.
Professor's server muted,
I've got you
actually.
muted.
I'm back.
Professor's server muted. And we used to have someone do that in a different server. They just server mute people out of like hilarity. Someone was server muted for like an
Unfortunately,
hour.
pretty sure James has permission to just unmute themselves.
Yeah.
The
Are they the owner?
the issue that I'm
Oh, God,
having
yeah.
with the headset being wireless is for some reason I can't control the volume outside of Discord. Like I can change the output volume from the voice settings in Discord to hear you all, but I can't alter my like default. It doesn't affect it, despite the fact it says it's connected. My default sound settings is not affected by me upping or downing the sound, which is very weird.
Have you gone to the audio mixer?
Yeah, it's.
Then I don't know.
It's just, yeah, I know. It's just gremlins. It's
Yeah.
just gremlins. But yeah, I wanted to do some paper making. I'll stop probably when the battery runs out in these because I didn't charge them for long enough. But yeah, so if you hear any like water splishy splashing in the background, that's just me. Don't worry about
You're
it.
just in the
no.
bath doing origami.
Assassin soundscapes.
You're just in the bath doing origami, like normal.
Yeah. No worries. Wait, how do you think you make paper? Is it folding origami in the bath? Because if it is, then yes, you are correct. That is how you make
No,
paper.
that's not how you make paper. You cut down trees and cut them into really thin strips, isn't that?
No.
I've
How
been
you
doing
make
paper
paper
runs
is you have to
entire
employ
That's
wasps.
pasta you're thinking of.
You have to employ.
I don't know if I need to interrupt yet.
No, we're not. We're doing preamble. It's fine.
Well, it's already 6
Yeah,
minutes
budgeted
past.
for at least another 4 minutes, so we could go 10.
We're very much into amble now. We're 6 minutes past.
Is it the dreaded amble though? I am probably the only person who get that joke.
I don't know where my amble brother is.
Your amble brother.
Your apple butter?
Amble
We've got the
brother.
flashback here and we don't have the amble.
I'm a
Fortunately.
procrastination demon. Amble demon's on vacation.
Now I'm the amble demon. I explain. That would explain a lot. I want to be the amble demon.
Alright, shall we get started a little bit early for us?
No, never.
Maybe.
Keep rambling for the rest of time.
You have to pay the wasps though to make paper.
Yes,
So you
of
mean we're
course.
actually going to be punctual?
No, we'll be punctual.
No,
I'll just punch the
never.
professor again.
The fact you have to add again is very funny to that.
Yeah.
Have you buff that out, actually.
Am I in roll 20?
Yes.
Shit. I did do it,
yes.
didn't I?
Yes.
Yes, good. I prepared.
I can't
I
see.
got
you're in.
home at like 5, so I was rushing about, and I can't remember what I did and didn't do.
Did you open your character sheet?
I did.
Then we're good. Everything's been
Yeah.
achieved.
That's a very good start.
Yeah, this is actually the first week I've actually had everything open at this before someone's like said, "Oh, let's start the session." So
You're already doing better than, probably like 4/5 of the Geddon group that I'm DMing.
I just I'm like sit down on D&D Discord and I'm like, okay, this is it. This is how we play D&D. I'm done now. No further work required.
Yeah, there's no dice
Where are
rolls.
the click clacks?
I'm the opposite. I boot up my character sheet in roll 20 and go, I'm gonna actually speak to people.
I did notice that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have to actually interact with other human beings. I guess so.
Don't worry, that's the point of
Only
D&D.
if we can be goblins at the same time, though.
I was about to say, that's the point of D&D. We don't have to be human. We can just go, I'm not a human.
Yeah, this
I'm a
is
fucking
this is
goblin.
basically-
I'm a kleptomaniac.
And I'm a dwarf.
That implies, Wolfie, that
No,
implies
none of us
that
are actually playing a human.
kleptomaniacs aren't human. And I'm not willing to to make that assumption.
I mean,
it's
half
because
human. Does that count?
Humans are boring.
Right, let's
Yeah,
run
they are.
this. We've got elf, shifter, goblin, horse, tiefling,
Yes.
Squid.
squid.
We've got
Squeak.
Robot.
we've got
Alright,
Kobold and a
What's the
robot
point?
body.
Wait,
Here we
is
get
the
started.
point- is the point in the one breaking our? No, you're a dwarf, aren't you?
No, I'm a dwarf. Yeah.
As far as you can all tell.
And then we've got the robot, which isn't logged into roll 20.
That's fine. James never needs to roll anything.
I was wondering why is my Roll20's UI not broken this week? Has it actually finally sorted itself? No, James just isn't in the game yet.
I mean, to be fair, we do have a higher than average party number.
Yes.
That we do, but all the more, the better, so the DM doesn't actually have to do much.
Hey man,
Says the
I'm here.
DM.
Come on, you know I'm here. It's fine. I'm not gonna
Alright,
be rolling
let's get
for
started.
a hot second. Yeah, it'll take 20 minutes for intros anyway.
Well, we're
Get on
gonna
it,
we're gonna get quicker as we go. This. I'll do bookkeeping after this. Let's do a quick roll call. Everyone say hi. What's your name? Who you're playing? Keep it under a sentence. Wilfie, why don't you start us off?
Hi,
Under a second.
I'm Wolfie. I'm playing Alvina. She shoves helmets down the throats of illithids, and it's funny.
Oh, funny's the right word there. Zormir.
I find it funny.
Hi, I'm Zormir. I'm the shifter artificer.
The cop.
The cop.
Beautiful. And we'll go over downtown stuff in a little bit with bookkeeping. Fuck you.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm playing Fuck You, the not Kobold. I'm a
Not
goblin.
Kobold.
Um,
The very, very deformed Kobold.
yeah, very deformed Kobold who's currently a T-Rex.
Yes.
You've used polymorph again. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then
To be fair, you will have a long rest before you start moving out again. Gwent.
Hey, TR play Gwent. I'm Centaur Boy and a coward.
Rodney the horse.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Neil.
Lou.
I'm Neil. I play Lou Grimm, tiefling warlock, going into sorcerer.
Reformed cultist.
Reformed cultist.
Reforming cultist, actually. You're not gotten there yet.
I'm in rehab.
Oh god, I feel like this is the worst
Is
rehab.
that what this
possible
universe
yet.
is called?
That's what the party's called.
Like, it's because you're in the world where it's like saying, I'm addicted to crack. You know what I should do? Go live on a crack farm to cure this addiction. That's what's happening here.
Know your enemy.
No, you're
Your enemy is crack.
enemy.
Need another sniff of you.
You heard it here first,
My
kids. Your
greatest
enemy is
I have
crack.
to sniff it all, or whatever crack, whatever you do with crack. I don't know.
You rub it in your eyeballs,
Did you?
right?
I don't know.
Smoke it. I think.
Wait. Alright.
Crash
What was
is
Breaking
good.
Bad?
Hello,
Yes.
I am Assassin. The person who claims to own me is Kaylee.
I thought it was Alvina.
I'm a little shit. That's pretty much it, isn't it? Yeah, there we go.
Backpack squid.
Your character, though.
Oh yeah, and my character is also a little shit.
Accurate.
Yeah.
The rehab arsonists.
Also, I'm making papier.
Ooh.
This is gonna be our working title for now. The Point.
Hello, I am the Point, and I am the greatest rock star this universe has ever seen. Possibly the only rock star this universe has ever seen.
Probably.
You're the greatest.
Probably the only. But that
You're
means there's no.
incomparable.
Yeah.
I need to remember that the point comes after me, so next time I can say, now let's get to the point. I'm forgetting every time. And I'm sad.
I specifically chose the name for those puns when I'm already regretting it.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually have no
And
idea
I will exploit that regret.
how Roll20 orders this, because it's not alphabetical. So, I don't know, either way I always go by normally Roll20's ordering.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, the Professor.
I am James. I play the Professor, who is a kobold in a robot body, who died and is alive and controls aspects of the soul. And they're charged with taking care of these.
Undead problem robot.
Yeah, right.
Undead problem robot.
You're not taking care of us.
You're trying to steal my shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Making sure they help the rebellion and not.
I don't know, I've stolen several members of the rebellion so far, so.
Yes, it's not. Obviously, I'm not good at my job.
Yeah.
But,
I
it's
mean,
still my
yeah,
job.
you brought me here. I think that's very, very adamantly clear.
And that's
The
the part.
political prisoner that you are.
The physical
Yeah,
prisoner's
the
been stolen by these random people that showed up 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And I am Chris McKenzie. I will be your DM today for The World of Alterra, the Shattered Altsphere campaign, episode 12, On the Road Again. As we finish up our stay over in Salvage, the rebellion outpost that you've managed to locate your ship in. Your ship, which unfortunately has been heavily damaged, appears to be missing its void arcanite propellers that actually helped it fly. The dwarfs swear that the rebellion didn't take them. They were actually nicked off your ship before the rebellion found your ship. The last detail, well, I'll give you the details of that because there's a couple other remaining lingering data points I should be giving you guys as well. But you've all had the benefit of a long rest since you fought the Arcanite Knight.
Oh, thank
mostly
God.
for the ease of getting fresh into traveling.
Yeah, I have 9 hit points currently. So
I had-
You guys decided that it was probably better to rest a little bit overnight, finish up your supplies and preparations for the long journey ahead of you.
Alvina has now attuned to this weird sword, which has probably cursed her.
And we'll get to that in a second. But in terms of bookkeeping, as you can see, I've got a very fancy, by which I mean very rudimentary, little kind of pause screen here where I could throw all the minis. I mostly just needed somewhere I could copy and paste your mini so I can transfer them between maps.
Works.
And I thought, why not go ahead and do a bit of bookkeeping on here so the audience and party can remember who the more prominent entities in the story are. So you've got your companions up there, Gregor and Susie, your Hydra Mount, Drax, your slightly mad scientist wandering aboleths of some subspecies that you've never seen before, Abigail, the very enthusiastic and wanting to prove her father proud commander in training, as well as some foes you've already made. You all, well, the older members of the party will remember Junior, the vampire spawn of Lord Stradson, one of the youngest members, attempting to prove himself to be of equal value to his older siblings and attempted to blow up a peace conference of the planar, within the planes of the planar factions, only for the party to stop him and throw them into this new world. Cross and Bones, a strange, what appears to be animated puppet, and their skin-tight owner. You're not quite sure if they're a lich or vampire, or they definitely give off undead energies. You're just not entirely sure what in this new world.
I thought we were told they were a lich.
I don't think they ever stated.
No, someone else
outright that
told.
they were a lich.
Someone else
Don't
told
think
them.
so.
Someone else told us they were a lich. I think it was Drax actually.
Possibly.
It might have been
That was
Drax.
James. I think that was just James.
Was it me?
No, it was an NPC.
No, it was the captain of this of the camp.
It was someone else. I know someone else said, yeah, they're a lich.
Yeah, it was the captain.
We don't know if they're a weird lich, but we know that he's base lich.
Could be a psychic glitch.
Mega lich.
Who knows? You probably got a little bit of rudimentary, especially from the professor who would study more of the aberrational stuff, that there is a special kind of lich-like entity. They're not directly a lich, but they share a number of similarities that works alongside a greater spectre, which is a form of psychic imprint. They're not directly aligned with the aberrations. They actually they stem from the Spectre Corps down in the Deadlands. They tend to be a neutral, hostile faction to most of the other big factions. Faction of kind of chaos and destruction. But the Greater Spectre, for all intents and purposes, houses the soul of their chosen lich partner and acts as their phylactery in terms of keeping and maintaining them.
It's Kel'Thuzad from WoW!
I was gonna say Ansem from Kingdom Hearts with his Dark Guardian.
I was gonna say it's Kel'Thuzad from WoW with Mr. Bigglesworth.
And just before we get any further, we're getting a little bit of you.
An echo
and
from Chris.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix it as we speak. We'll see.
Fair.
Not well enough.
One way to fix it is to use push talk.
Push hooks. It kind of half fixes it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a quick fix.
X.
At least solve it for the majority of the time.
That's better.
You had the party themselves aren't aware of this entity. This is more of a meta knowledge. Chief Bass and the Lothrix tribe. They are the Swamp Raiders, as being correctly guessed and pointed out. You stole their Hydra. Or Hydras.
Yeah.
And you can just assume you've made an enemy of them, given you've killed multiple of their members. I'm glad they did attack you first and stole their Hydras. As well as your latest enemy, the
Self-defense and
Amphis Knight.
compensation.
And I think it's pretty safe to assume that the Amphis Knight definitely has a hostile relationship with the party for now.
I have no idea why. I think he's currently got an
The
indigestion
Amethyst
problem.
Knight is just a friend we haven't befriended yet.
He's just a friend who's currently trying to regurgitate his own headgear.
Yes, he's a friend because he made cool gestures with the point, but then Alvina shoved the helmet down, so he's in the sort of do I trust them? Do I not?
He's in evil.
And alone in their little corner is Warder Charwood
Yeah.
and the Salvage Settlement.
Our only ally.
Didn't you also turn the guy? It turned to dust.
What?
No, he
You
left.
village.
No, he
No,
teleported. I didn't kill him.
Yeah,
My God, if I'd killed him, I'm taking that fucking armor.
He bounced
He
away.
legged it.
He teleported away
Oh.
because I literally rammed a helmet through his stomach.
I thought he died and turned to dust. Okay.
No.
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 Otherwise, we would have been able to
Oh,
loot his
then.
armor. He just dropped his sword and teleported away.
Yes, surprisingly enough, having his own helmet shoved down his throat gave him pause to continue his onslaught. And he decided it was better to cut his losses and get himself the hell out of there.
Reevaluate his life choices.
Because it's safe to assume he has never come across an enemy that's ever done anything like that.
You know, when the enemy whose advice when people see him is just runs away from the party, I think we're safe to say we're the bad guys.
Are we the baddies?
Yes, and I love it.
We're not the bad guys.
We're not the bad
disagree.
guy.
Gwent is the good guy.
We're not the bad guy. We're a force of nature. We're completely.
Sometimes in a post-apocalyptic shattered Altsphere, you need the bad guys to stand up for the little guys.
They're just chaos incarnate.
Yes.
Yeah.
It says that on my
Without
Twitter
evil,
bio,
there
actually.
is no good.
My Twitter bio says that, actually.
Is that our alternative party name? The Little Bad Guys?
The little bad guys, yes! I want it to be that!
The little bad guys. Okay.
The Little Bad.
I am bad and I am little.
Now, do you want bad guys to be one word or a space in between?
One word.
In quotation
The
marks.
space
I
is
guess you
silent.
also get the act. You also can go for hyphen if you'd like. So there we
I'm
go.
also thinking of the meme that's just, they're just little guys, and it's
Yeah.
just us, like, in a
Oh.
court after we've been arrested and being
I
like,
figured-
Your Honor, we're just little guys.
But
I
Your
figured
Honour,
out.
it was in
I can only now
self-defense.
picture the little rascals.
I've figured out for the anthill mob.
We kind of are the anthill mob, actually.
The bash
And now your
street.
ship's Chugaboom.
Chuggaboom.
Yeah.
Abigail's Penelope Pitstop.
There is
Very,
a
very
there is a
different.
post-apocalyptic wacky races graphic novel that exists.
I send it me.
That's all I will say.
All I'm saying,
I have a copy here.
send it.
But yes, you guys all gain the benefits of a long rest as we go back to salvaged. There's no longer a threat with them, with the Amethyst Knight having retreated. It's safe to assume the Amethyst Knight will probably take a day or two to recover from whatever the hell has happened to it.
You're all welcome.
Yep.
I traumatized the
And-
boss monster.
The party gets a good night's sleep. Lou Grimm, it's been a couple days since you've had your encounter with President Control, and for the first time in a long time, especially since getting here, even though you've only actually slept twice before your encounter here, you've actually had no bad dreams, no incursions. It seems that whatever you did to push President Control off from your mind has given him pause to try and infiltrate back into, and you've slept soundly these last couple nights, really getting those benefits of a long rest more than you've ever gotten them before.
It's like
On this last night, however, after your encounter with the Amethyst Knight, Alvina, you don't have a completely restful slumber. You get the benefits of a long rest, but as you're sleeping, you have this strange, vivid dream of a large crystal clock just suspended in nothingness, in a void of energy, as all around you is this strange mix of colors, almost like you're in a gas cloud, or in a kind of a clearing within a massive gas cloud that spreads around you. You can feel energy, but suspended in the center of this anomaly with you, this massive crystal clock looks up to a arcane glyph, and around it you can see that there are 16 glyphs on this clock. And pointing to the first one, it's a massive crystal hand, just the singular hand, ticks down to the next crystal glyph. And then you find yourself, the world kind of phasing out and back into view with a new image. You find yourself standing on the bow of what can only be described as a ship unlike any you've ever seen. You've seen some of the latest models coming out of whatever magazines Zormir buys for the latest models of ship and technology back in the homeworld. And the design and aesthetic and technology you see on this ship, it rivals even the greatest designs coming out of Discord, the realm of machines and constructs back in the original Alterra. There's a almost sci-fi nature to this massive ship you're now on that is floating in the space towards, yes, as you see it, you've seen it in the sky before, a massive ball of crystal streaked with different colors, the rainbow wall from what you've seen at a distance from down in the shattered Altsphere. And as you kind of become more aware of your presence, you look down and notice that you're wearing incredibly pristine armor of a nature and even a material you've never seen before. It's almost like a mix of fabric of this black, sleek, almost dark green material overlaid with a kind of matte black metal of some variety. It feels comfortable to your form, perfectly stitched to your figure, and that's when you notice you can sense other appendices. Appendices?
Appendix.
Appendices.
Appendices.
You can feel the muscles of each tentacle on your face, moving each one independently at will, as if they've always been there. And as you look around you, there are others like you in this similar gear. They're not wearing their helmets, and as you look into their eyes, their deep dark eyes, and their kind of pale dark blue mind flare skin, one of them comes up and places their hand on your shoulder and looks off towards the rainbow wall, and they speak a language. Do you understand deep speech?
Nope.
A language that doesn't translate in your dream.
No.
You get the sense that there's
I want the
anxiety in their
sword.
voice, but
Damn you.
also a sense of camaraderie, and you trust this individual even though you don't understand what they're saying. You two look off at the rainbow
It's like
wall.
Zormir.
Yes, I speak deep speech.
No, I'm just meaning I don't
And
understand what the fuck you're saying, but I trust you.
And as you kind of look around off the bow of the ship, taking on the full scene, you see other ships, other sci-fi like ships, in coordination with this one, but off at a distance with your keen eyes. You see ships made of massive slabs of stone, with streaks of flames running through them, far off, down another way. And they too appear to be converging on the rainbow walls. And that's when you hear the roar from the rainbow wall itself, and out of it launches hundreds of thousands of small crystalline bodies flapping towards the two incoming armies, towards your ship and the ship of... Well, you get this strange mix of feelings when you think of them. The words come to your head, you know they're primordial ships, but you don't trust them. They're tentative allies at best, not like those of your soldiers and comrades around you. And as the roars and beats of these small crystalline figures shoot out from the rainbow wall, you feel the helmet in your arm, and you can watch your comrades placing their helmets onto their heads. This almost Spartan-like appearance as you all lift massive laser railguns towards the incoming creatures, and as they sweep down towards your ship at the front of this armada, you see... I was imagining the Spartans pale.
Yeah.
No.
I get you.
An army of amethyst crystal dragons descending upon the ships. And with that, you awake, having gained the benefits of a long rest, the dream now at an end. Fragments of it linger. You swear there was other details in the dream, but none of them have come back to the surface. Only what I've told you remains.
Okay.
Who knows what it means?
Does me being an elf and be able to go into the trance thing help at all with me being able to remember it? Because I don't actually sleep.
We're just gonna assume it's yeah, because I'm pretty sure you still get like past life glimpses when you're in meditative state, so we're just gonna assume this feels very much like that.
Yeah, okay. Because it says they're like mental exercises that I just do, so it just works. But it's
Yeah, one of your mental exercises kind of got taken away from you as this kind of imposed itself on you.
Okay. Cool.
But yes, you can remember anything I've told you with crystal clarity, but everything else appears to be fragmented, kind of jumbled. Not so much you don't remember, more that your mind can't seem to piece it together, almost like it's encrypted in some way.
Okay.
And I'll have you know that Guns and Battleships is a great read.
Hey, I read it occasionally for the sports column.
In terms of facial expressions, because obviously the tentacles in the dream, the tentacles were twitching and whatnot. In her trance, was Alvina was she gripping the sword? Was she like fidgeting or
You
something?
have
Because I
no idea.
essentially
You'll have no idea.
Yeah, you could you attempt to watch,
sleep.
but she has her own tent, and anytime you've over the last couple nights come in to watch her, she's made it clear that privacy is a.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys all had your own tents.
Yeah.
Salvage.
And Alvina will
I thought it
throw
was-
you
I thought it was
bodily
one big
out
tent.
of her tent.
Sorry, I thought it was one big tent that I was standing
No.
pretty much guard at, like
Not while staying
an
in
internet
salvage.
Right,
That's
okay.
probably going to be the case once you guys are out on the road, but we'll worry about that later.
And also,
Good to know. Sorry.
with the new sword, Alvina can't be surprised at all. So, even if you go in while she's asleep, she can pick you up and throw you out.
Hi.
She also doesn't need to sleep. It's a trance.
Yep.
That she is fully aware of her surroundings and.
Yep.
And surprise, she could have done that anyway.
She's the ultimate hoarder. She's a humanoid dragon, essentially.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
wondered since I essentially just have a sentry mode.
It's the
Yep,
same
and
as
that
mine.
can come in. Yeah, that can come in more into play as you guys are actually camping together in more closer proximity. But while in the salvage, you each get your own independent little tent and are given privacy. The tent also has a little kind of like leather strap locking mechanic. Very easy to break. It's not there for security. It's mostly just there to keep the flap in place. Easily could be cut or anything, but
Keeps the
it's
wind
only kind of undone from the inside. So if somebody outside wanted in, they would have to cut it, and there would be no kind of way to
Guys,
hide that.
Or mercy.
Yeah, it'd be
for the-
obvious if somebody had tried to come in.
Or mercy given to the person who did it.
But as well as over the last couple days, Zormir, you having spent some time with the dwarves and kind of discussing with them, and the topic would eventually come up regarding, did they recover any Void Arcanite propellers they're not telling you about? With your passive insight, you get a pretty good feeling that the dwarves are telling you the truth, or at least Foldrin is telling you the truth because you'd be leading the discussion, that they didn't recover any Void Arcanite propellers. In the picture they are red, but for the sake of thingy, they are technically a
Purple.
purple color.
But I believe you said purple.
Yeah, Void is purple. Chrono is not lilac. No,
Violet.
violet. That's the word. Thank you.
Yeah.
The twin Arcanites. But spending some time kind of studying that, Foldrin has a couple suspicions. There are claw marks on the actual kind of wood where the propellers were kind of broken off hastily, as well as some chips in it. It looks like either maybe Swamp Raiders did it, or some form of oh god, what's the one some Nothic may have done it. Some form of maybe bipedal creature with long claws has definitely kind of broken this off and made a run for it. There could be one or two other creatures. There's a few culprits that Foldrin believes might be it.
But they're clearly not like the claws from the Chimera, though. Which I guess is like one important bit. They were kind of in the area.
No, so definitely a kind of clawed two-armed bipedal creature definitely did something with these.
Okay, we've
Chimera
ruled out
aren't bipedal.
we've ruled out one. That's why I'm going like we've ruled out one suspect. The Chimeras didn't do it.
Yeah, we've got hard.
My money's on Nothic
No, the Chimeras were in session one.
under
remember?
orders from Steve.
The black dragon-headed
Trying
ones that
to
ate. that's-
kill us for leaving him.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah, those ones. Because they were like in the area, so I thought maybe.
I think Nothic's under command of your old friend, Steve.
Yes.
Steve's
out.
building his own ship.
It's building an army.
Hey, we don't know what secret Steve had.
We do.
No.
We know a couple of them
Great.
now. Like his name
Well,
was like
now we
Greg
do,
or
yeah.
something.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't go swimming with him if you find him again.
I'm guessing I'd be working on the gun at that point as well.
Oh yeah, so you also get an upgrade to your gun during your downtime. I don't think we actually finished discussing what that was. You got a couple ideas?
I think essentially now I'm gonna turn the gun from into sort of more like a bayonet sort of laser, like tune it down so so it's not actually got range. It's just a straight up melee weapon for now.
I've just realised what...
And then-
I'm going to send a thing. One moment.
And then
So-
eventually I'll try and turn it into the blade that becomes part of the Thunder Gauntlet.
You wanted to make...
I'm
You're trying to make this
I'm
into a 40k chain fist, aren't you? But laser.
I'm practicing I'm basically seeing if proof of concept is I can turn it into the laser and then focus it into the right sort of shape and thing. And obviously to be able to change the damage types as well. We'll probably have to... Would that be accomplishable in the time we have? Or is that something that I'll have to do later?
You can definitely accomplish one of those, so either creating like a laser melee mode, or the differing damage types. What would you prefer?
I'll do the basically turn it straight into the laser, so I lose the range purpose.
Melee.
It's just a range. Obviously single hand for now, and do the normal damage it did.
You basically got a Sunblade, but different damage types.
And I'll still roll the different damage types until I figure out how I can. I'm guessing I'll have to do some studying whilst I'm doing this.
That fits into the Arcanite modifications. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Basically, instead of it having a trigger now, it's got a dial, so the blade sort of extends. Like, well, if I put it up full, that'll drain the battery time, and then turn it down. So for this, like, this whole arms in the ceiling when I turned it up too high and went, oh shit. Well, that works.
I've got something.
And-
Oh, you. Okay, keep going.
I need to make some more of these battery packs.
Well, I think hilariously you make your own battery packs because you make your own ammo.
Yeah.
I've got something I'd
Yeah.
like to do.
Yeah?
I'd at some point go to... What's her name? I can't remember the chief's daughter's name.
Abigail.
Abigail. So, Abigail. I know she's a fighter of some description. What weapon does she use?
I
Rapier,
believe...
wasn't it?
No.
No?
She uses a Marauder stat block. One sec, where is she? Because I actually have her stat block, it should say on it. Also, I've added things to the magical items for Bane. These are pretty much the items that pertain to you, since that way you can have them looking in roll 20.
Yeah, thank you.
And I've also modified the Amethyst Fang so that it states that the special attack is in action.
Yeah, I put it on my character sheet. Was that sheet? It is great. I literally realised it's like that doesn't say what it is. I'm going to assume it's an action and ask, but
Abigail uses a longsword.
okay. You got any particular fondness for that longsword? Or can you use any kind of weapon like that?
No, they're just the most versatile to use. I can use it one-handed or two-handed.
Okay. Would you like this instead? I hand the +1 polearm that I've got. It's magic.
Sure. I'm not as well versed in it, but if you give me some training lessons, I could quickly pick it up.
Sure, I'll give you some training for it.
This is the +1 polearm.
We've had +1 halberd from the like plant that Zormir had. I've just had it in my inventory and I want to get rid of it. It's like, well, someone will use it because no one in our party can use polearms that is good with them. So
I can use pole arms.
I thought you were a wizard, aren't you?
I'm a... yeah.
They're a mix between wizard and cleric.
Do you have
Sorcerer
martial?
cleric.
So do you have martial
no.
weapon
No, not at
halberds?
all.
Then you can't
No,
use it.
I can, I'd just be at disadvantage.
And
Don't.
minus a significant number and no proficiency. But other than that,
Other than that. Oh, sweet. So D10, so I don't actually have to change her stat block.
yeah, it's just
I just
+1.
have to add some damage.
It's +1 and reach, I think. Is basically the things for it. So I don't know if it
Sure.
had any other things on it. You just told me it was a +1. So
Then just be a +1 from the
Yeah.
board table.
and yeah, I'll give it some training lessons how to use it. Essentially. Main thought was
Alright.
have the NPC, which is like a combat close quarters NPC, being able to actually hit with magic attacks. Pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Alright then, I think that's cool, that's our stat block updated. Apparently I hadn't actually done the modifier properly. Which was a +8 to hit.
Damn.
Oh shit.
Nice. Oh, that doesn't auto damage. I don't know auto damage.
It's a setting in most things.
I thought I'd already activated for them. Alright, I'll deal with that there.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter for now. Alright, I think that's all the bookkeeping I had on my to-do list. The Void propellers are out there somewhere in Titan Guts if you have come across a trail for them. You could also go back to the crash site on your way out and check and investigate for anything if you have a mind to. You have access to all of Salvage's markets while you're here. So like I said, you could buy anything from the player's handbook here. I'm just doing standard conversion rate. You've got gold, they take gold. Happy days for that.
Yeah.
For simplicity, the only limit is there are only 3 healing potions, common healing potions for salvage.
Oh, cool.
Common for salvage? They are pretty close. Maximum uncommon, actually.
The one thing that I'd probably like to look for, being a little squid boy, a horrible little squid boy, is something to like keep me moist, for a lack of a better term.
Oh god, Kelly, what the fuck?
I mean, what a
is this?
term! Wow.
Well, would you rather me say other phrases? Like, I mean, I guess keep me damp? That's way worse. You
Is it
know?
worse?
Is it?
Is it
No,
cake?
What's worse is makes you wet.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's
that's
a lot
the one I
worse.
was trying to avoid. So, yeah.
So we'll just find you a sponge.
I
A
know.
bucket and a sponge.
I know
Oh my God,
something.
a decanter of endless water.
I know something that I'd like, and I'm assuming this might have to be custom made, but it wouldn't be too difficult custom make.
How?
Could just be making it bigger.
Or see if we can find an alchemy jug for you.
I'd
I
like.
have an alchemy
Yeah,
jug.
but then I just
Done.
fill it with mayonnaise all the time and eat the mayonnaise. I would just be covered in mayonnaise at all given moments, and we
I
all
mean-
know it.
Yeah, so
I mean,
if
technically
the
You're
point
not
is-
staying in my bag if you're covered in mayonnaise. I'm telling you that now.
Put like newspaper down.
By the way, yeah. So, can I get a like reins and a saddle made for the Hydra? Because it is in the
Oh,
PHB.
if you thought to get this before the downtime, then yeah, they would have. You're here for at least 2-3 days, so that would be enough time with presumably probably a combination of Luke and Herrenheit. No, not Heron. Yeah, Herrenheit. Maybe. No, Herrenheit's potions. Luke and Derm and Thorax probably working overtime to get it done, but Cauldron's taking a liking to you, and if you're willing to put up the coin for it,
Yeah.
means he can trade next time they're back up at Bastion, and they can actually buy some stuff. The Noise Society still barter with coin.
I assume
So,
it's.
yeah.
I'm assuming it's like double the cost of a normal like saddle and stuff, because it's the size up from the normal one essentially. So I assume it's just double.
No, because
Okay.
of area, it would be 4 times.
Okay, I'll pay. What would it be? 8 gold.
Yep, you do that, and they will get to working on that with kind of what scrap material they have about.
Hydra saddle and reins. Essentially, I'm gonna put it as.
Alright, I also up the limit there to a limit of 3 greater and 3 regular healing potions you can buy while at Salvage, just because it is technically a tier 2 settlement.
Is there anywhere that sells foci?
Foci would be Arcanite. So you probably would be on the restricted list, so you'd have to speak to the warder directly about Foci. But the warder may be willing to barter with you from their limited supplies.
Because
It would just be limited.
for one of my
I would
spells,
like
I
to-
need a foci that's worth 1,000 gold.
Worth 1,000 gold.
I probably can't help with that.
Well,
So,
rarity just-
Sell more tickets then.
in case it wasn't clear at this point, I have a couple levels in Artificer. So, some of my things which I have are I can make an alchemy jug and I can make a focus.
Yeah.
So, if there is a
Yeah.
way for me to make a focus which will work with scrying, I can do that.
Oh,
You
sure.
can create a +1 focus, I believe, can you?
Yeah.
I already made a
Yeah.
+1 focus on.
Yeah, you already made a +1 focus and gave it to me because I didn't realize that I could make it.
I've just realised that I was looking at the wrong thing. Saddles are actually a little more expensive. Zomir, can I borrow 5 gold?
Yeah, I'll take 5 gold off.
Cheers. It's a bit more expensive.
I
for
like
the-
to think that's just in character. Alvina's just turned up and Zormir's working on something and being like, "Hey Zormir, can I borrow 5 gold?" And it's just, yeah, sure.
Just leaves. Okay, here's the rest.
Alvina's gone to buy it and been told the price. Like, oh shit.
I'll be right back.
Zormir, can I get 5 gold, please? Cheers.
Money, please.
The thing is, the money's on the goblin. I have the tracking of the money, but the goblin has the money.
You said you had 30 gold on you.
So Zormir just says to Alvina, "Fuck you."
I go, got it, and go walk over to
Remember,
Yeah, I'm pretty
fuck
sure that
you,
would
tell me
be-
how much they're spending as they do it, and I will... So we can keep track of how much we have left.
I'm pretty sure that's the equivalent of a rare foci, which would be a +2 foci. So for a foci worth 1,000, you would need a rare foci.
It's technically
I
like
can only do
half.
+1 foci, so
It's technically like a half and half. Is the weird bit. Like a rare is like a +3. Actually, +2 focus in cost. Oh, I only know that because we checked it earlier when we were talking about it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, rare items are 10 grand.
Because uncommon items are like 500.
They're like 300.
300.
300.
Yeah.
That's usual price,
There
but
you go.
you can bump up prices depending on what the effects of the item are.
Yeah, but I don't
Down
want to think about that.
That's down to DM.
Or if
discretion.
you're just trying to rip people off.
I think to be perfectly honest, if you sell someone a Vorpal sword for even like the standard cost of a legendary item, you probably got some questions being asked.
yeah.
I feel like if I ever run a campaign or even a one shot at some point, I'm just gonna do like a society where it just, you know, you need 1 shiny, 1 fluffy, and 1 clicky clack, and to get something like the most simplistic money system. Because I hate numbers.
The Baxi system.
I'm not gonna.
Garfield, the deal's more.
Not gonna.
I was thinking more about what's the mimicry bird race?
Kenku.
Kenku. I was thinking Kenku because they would probably prize textures and sounds, since that would be like how they add to their like vocabulary and stuff.
I mean, you could do like a Garfield the Deals Warlock with the random Gachapon.
Yeah. There's.
So we need...
I've done
You
a
need
race
a-
that barters in food.
So you need a rare focus. Only rare
Yes.
focus I can see now is the dragon.
No, it's just a focus. It's just a normal
Yeah,
focus.
it's just a focus. It doesn't have to be a specific thing.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be magical. It just has to be worth a lot. It could be just solid gold.
Yeah, it could just be it can just literally be like a staff that's worth 1,000 gold, essentially.
Okay.
Yes, but remember, D&D simplification doesn't assume that you can just like trade somebody a staff for 1,000 and it becomes 1,000 mechanically.
That's why it's like it's gonna have an actual worth. It's like a solid
It's
gold
got-
staff might
Yeah,
actually
or
be
like
worth
an
1,000.
ivory staff or something like that.
Yeah.
Something
Someone's
that's
got
actually
to-
worth the money.
Yeah, someone's
Yeah.
got to feasibly be able to walk up to it and go, yeah, it's about 1,000 gold.
I've got an idea.
Yeah, why don't we take one of our gems that we have in
No,
this bag that
I was-
must be about
I was gonna say
1,000?
I've got one
and
of
it's your
these.
Gem focus.
I've got this silver bar, which is like the remains of. It's like the dragon spear that I've used. You think you could get someone to turn that
that's a
into a
point.
focus?
I
Is
know
it
what
the
we-
shriek? Is it the shrieking silver?
I know
No,
what
it's
we
not.
should-
It's some other silver.
I know
It's
what we
the
should do.
silver. It's the spear shaft of the silver dragon tier that you cracked open when experimenting with it.
I know what we should
But
should do.
we've not
We-
got the tier anymore, but they've got the rod, and I think the rod is still silver. So
We should.
It is
You're-
inscribed with primordial glyphs of ice and silver dragons.
And your guitar can be a focus, isn't it?
not worth
Yeah.
it much. Ain't worth
My,
enough.
my dust loot
But
the
we
focus,
can
yeah,
we
but,
can add gems to it. We can diamond
Pimp it.
crush your damn
Yeah.
fucking guitar.
Pimp my loot!
Bedazzle it.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Adding gems to it does not
Yeah.
give it mechanically increased value.
That's why I'm
I'm
going.
gonna cut this off here.
Could we
I mean,
get?
I
technically,
mean, no, Merida is
fuck
not
you.
the type, but I also would not let anyone use Merida, so...
I mean, technically, fuck you's focus beforehand was a plectrum, rather than the actual links he was using. So it was an Arcanite plectrum.
But yeah, can we get the would the weapons merchant be the one to do it? We can maybe get him to turn the silver dragon rod into a focus. Would that cost
You would need two components. So you'd have the silver dragon, which is a rare material, but you'd still need a arcanite that is of rare value because arcanite is the actual focus in that case.
Quick,
What-
give me
the
some
la-
red dust.
The
I know,
laser,
I know, I know,
the
I've got
laser
it, I've got
arcanite.
it. I've got it. We're gonna use the other vermilion shard.
Yeah.
Well, vermilion gem to
Yeah.
make his focus.
Can we use that?
Oh, am I getting a lightsaber?
You're getting a laser spear. You're getting a laser spear as a focus.
You're getting a laser.
I wanted a
plectrum.
laser guitar.
You're getting a laser plectrum, so it just looks like a
Am
little.
I going to be Scanlan?
You're gonna be Scanlan. We're essentially giving you a rod of
Scanlan with
fireball.
The, dancing like fucking gods.
Yeah,
We give you a
Okay,
laser
yeah.
shooting pipcane. But
Oh,
would
no.
those two work? Would those two together work?
I'm willing to use it and try, because I can make things.
Yes, technically Thormax wouldn't actually be making this because it's effectively making a magic item. It's a foci. You'd actually need Zormir to kind of run this one. They could assist, but Zormir would need to actually instruct them in the Arcanite process.
Zormir,
But
we've
let me
got
check.
an...
Double
I mean,
checking.
if it's making Arcanite musical instruments,
Or
Kinda got
would-
experience
would,
there.
Using the red Arcanite from Avena's pouch.
I can't imagine that would. It's a common magic item.
Yeah,
It is.
but
That's
it's
why I'm
still-
double
It's still a
checking.
rare Arcanite.
How
Well,
much
we've
would
got-
we need?
We're using 2 vermilion gems, I'd say, because
I said using the vermilion
This is my
seeds.
spice. You cannot have it. This
Yeah,
is
but-
my
I
spice.
have oranges though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
didn't
why
you
I
already
put
use
on
one of
the
the vermilion
oranges.
for your weapon?
well, was that burned up when I used
I assume
it?
so.
Would be incorporated into the weapon to maintain the effect.
Yeah, I had 2 gems.
So you've only got one left.
Yes, one.
Yeah, so one's incorporated in my weapon, the other gem I can use for your plectrum. That's what I'm saying.
But
The pipcane.
a laser plectrum doesn't really work.
Well, the
Pipcane.
laser, whatever we're making it into.
Laser
I
pipcane.
mean,
I just like the idea of the laser plectrum was funny.
well, it's more the laser part of it doesn't really fit with fuck you though. So probably
I
Hang
don't
off.
have any other kind of arcanite to work with here. We're kind of stuck.
And to answer your other question, the red arcanite dust would not be enough. You'd actually
Yeah.
need to dismantle the item itself to use the gem at the core of it.
Yeah, you're not getting that. Yeah, that's why I was going. Would the vermilion one work?
That's why I was double checking what rarity I gave the new arcanites. I'm pretty sure these are the uncommon ones you've come across. And while you are in a different world where it is more rare, this is where you get into the weird category of it's still technically
Not rare
uncommon
enough.
by mechanics.
It's not.
It's just
powerful.
harder to find.
It's not powerful enough, essentially.
Yeah,
get
this is
that.
D&D's weird thing where they kind of relate power to scarcity, which changes when you go to an alternative world.
What other
So,
items do
in
we
terms
have?
of Arcanite wise, because you're trying to attempt to make a magic foci, you would need to use one of your magic items up. Let me have a look to see if you had any arcane items. I know you have plenty of
Or
primordial and
what-
totems.
What about some of the amethyst from the worm?
Ooh, would that work? Yeah.
Fortunately, there's nothing magical about the amethyst. The amethyst is just regular crystal.
Darn.
Silver
Yeah,
chain.
I harvested
How much is-
that.
That's not
because
arcane. That's
How
Sonic.
much
Yeah, it
is
was just
the?
shards.
Yeah, but how much is it worth
Since there's just fragments and dust, practically nothing.
though? Right.
I'm studying it. I'm not selling it.
What? Silver chains? Is
They're,
that...
they're psionic, not arcane, so they wouldn't work. We need an arcanite item.
Yes, if you could find one additional thing to power up the Vermilion. To be fair, the laser tag is very interpretable. You could interpret that however you'd like.
I have a tankard, which is like, it's an old item, but it's magical from the original Alterra. Would be able to shatter that and turn it into arcanite?
Is it common or uncommon?
It is common.
It is common. I think you'd at least need an uncommon to boost a rare up higher.
Okay. I'm not killing one of my swords, guys. I'm sorry.
Let me see what I have. Let's see.
You have a wonder.
You do have a Wonder Woman. Let's
Give
turn
me
that.
a wand of wonder for your bullshit.
Well,
Wait, we
I say,
can buy-
it doesn't actually have to be a magic item or magical in a sense.
We can
all
buy
it needs to be-
uncommon something from here and break that down. So,
Actually wouldn't have arcanite in it though.
Yeah. All it really needs to be is a focus worth 1,000 gold. So it could just
Sure.
be,
Pimp.
yeah,
We
it could
can-
literally just be the rod, and essentially made into a focus if the rod itself was worth 1,000 gold.
But you know what a focus means in Alterra? Because this is a homebrew thing. Remember, in Alterra, Arcanite is your conduit to magic.
No,
So
I-
any
I-
arcane foci has to incorporate Arcanite in it, and normally this isn't an issue because I just let players just get Arcanite for free in Alterra.
It's actually rare here.
Part of the post-apocalyptic setting is scarcity.
Right.
However, I do agree with you that it doesn't necessarily have to be an additional magical effect boosting the Vermilion, or even any of the other Arcanite that you have. So if you are willing to incorporate something with power into the item, presumably by reusing one of your other uncommon or rare items, I would allow that combination to at least create something powerful enough to channel through the Vermilion kind of conduit.
What about one of the dragon eggs?
Stop killing my dragon eggs! They're my
Or-
dragons.
You're
You're
I'm
gonna
trying
have to
One
fight
of the
for
cubes.
that.
One of the cubes.
One of the cubes, maybe.
The cubes are uncommons, and so are the troll bombs.
Oh, wait a minute. Isn't that... I think the dust was rare, wasn't it?
The
Dust.
pouches of
Well, it
glittery...
depends
The
on the
glittery
dust.
dust.
Then we get
Spectral
different
dust.
kinds of dust.
We have glittery dust and spectral dust, which have both. Yes, get the
Oh,
spectral dust.
the spectral dust is the glittery dust.
Yeah, I found it. I've got it written down.
Yeah.
I was dumb.
It is also common.
Yeah, okay.
What are the items you didn't get translated? Because those are everything you got translated was common or uncommon.
Yeah.
Actually, I think everything you got translated was common. You
Right.
didn't. You don't know.
Bring out your backpack, Ben. I mean, bring it. Everyone, bring out their
Oh!
backpacks. We're raiding.
Oh no, because we're planning on using that.
Welcome to D&D bookkeeping.
Bookkeeping. What items have we got
Could've
dumbass
done it
plans for in the future that we're not going to use? That we're not willing to sacrifice for this?
Oh, we didn't know. So
Oh, Zombie, what have you got on you?
I have nothing that I can spare.
Nothing you can spare
My-
either. Okay.
My
I've got a list of
rare is-
everything you guys have.
I've only got this part.
You're planning on using the Meridional armor.
Yeah, that was
you
what I
have
was-
2 large tubes of purpley water. You now have 2 lightning feathers left.
Yep.
But those are pretty useful.
Oh,
The
yeah, I'm
beaker
keeping
of
them.
grey slime and ethereal light are also pretty useful, and also just low rarity. I think the only high level thing you've yet to be able to translate, but seems to emanate power, is the 2 large tubes of purpley water. But they have an evil aura to them.
Do you want an evil?
Would I know what they are?
You would have a chance because I'm pretty. No, these are primordial.
Yeah, they
so
were
no.
primordial.
Look, it was purple. There was a good
No,
solid
that's fair.
chance.
I'd use purple a lot for
Yeah,
the.
I was thinking the same thing.
I don't know
Valiant,
if I
Valiant,
can
thank you for the
spare
follow,
it
it's greatly
just
appreciated.
yet, but I
Could I-
have +1 studded leather.
I mean, I've got plus.
Soon
one
I
studded
won't be
leather as
needing
well.
it.
Is
Oh yeah,
that,
you won't be able to
is
use it
that
soon.
something I made? If it's something I made, it's
Oh
not,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
uncommon. It's just common, but I've made it an
Right.
uncommon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris, could I roll with disadvantage for that purple water since I've not done it yet? And since I'm from this world.
No, because it's too high level.
Uh,
Cool, that's fair. It's entirely fair.
the,
Thought
the
of-
I
things
believe it's
the-
a legendary or very rare item.
What the fuck?
the
Hmm.
things that the gnomes used to
Happy to
trap
just
me in
drinks.
my ship,
Very rare.
were they arcane or were they?
They are arcane, yes.
Would we be able to purchase one of them off of them and add it into the focus?
Purchase, no, because he had to specially requisition these from Bastion. If you could somehow convince, where the
Fuck.
hell did my dwarf go?
Fuck you. Where's your stealth check? What's your stealth
Right
score?
here.
Voldrin.
My
You
spell
could
roll
steal
plus
it,
7.
but you're
I
pretty
will-
sure Voldrin would find it eventually.
He just steal one.
I-
He's just misplaced it. The professor did it.
I will have a discussion with him to try and
If we
So you can have
broke
it?
down, if we broke down the clay cube walls, would they be?
Nah, they're common. Oh! Zomie,
No,
I
what?
don't think.
They're uncommon.
Were they?
Yes, they are uncommon because you actually don't know what they do yet.
Oh, do we not? I thought we got rid of those.
No, I've
Let's
got
let's
All
just
right.
use one of those and move
Yeah.
on.
I was gonna go, Zomie, what random shit do you have on Curio 3 that we don't need? Do you have a magic coffee maker or something?
no. The rest of the most important thing of it is stolen.
That's why I was going, like, what inane random, like, utensils do we have? Do we have a blender?
Actually, the one of the fuck you did eat one of the dragon eggs before. He would have kept the shell.
Hmm.
Did you actually eat a dragon?
He did say he
Yeah.
ate a
Yeah,
dragon
he
egg,
did.
and
Yeah,
Valvina, like,
He-
freaked
he
out.
does, yeah.
A couple of weeks ago,
It's
I
like-
said that fuck you ate one of the eggs.
Yeah, and Alvina would have
to-
freaked out and punched something hard.
Cross it one of these damn eggs then.
Oh, wait, no, we've already got it. It's
So
why we've
yeah,
already
we had
Yeah, it's already been
we had
done.
five in total.
Alvina's got
Alvina's
one.
got one.
I see. Right. Okay. Fair enough. I've got 4 written down. That's all I care about.
Yeah, that's right. We actually accounted for that.
Yeah. Sure. Dragon hide is inherently magical.
Well, it's
Dragon
not
eggshell.
the hu-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the eggshell.
Oh, eggshell. Well, I think you got enough stuff here. You're gonna patch together.
Yeah.
What
Random
kind of
garbage.
Frankenstein bullshit are you gonna create?
This is the
I'm
best.
gonna be honest with you. It's only gonna work about 22% of the time. 22.777 repeating.
We'll take
You know,
it.
that's good. Some good shit.
Probably.
This is
if
where
we-
you need
if you're
fan
melting
art.
yeah, if you're melting down the rod into just metal, probably be worth turning it into some sort of
I honestly thought
necklace.
I thought we were just duct taping everything to the
And-
rod.
Yes.
No, that's what it's
What
gonna
happens when you
look
bind 1 vermilion arcanite shard with a silver dragon spear and a dragon eggshell? Let's throw it into the maker and find out.
Um,
And
yeah,
Brandon,
I would say
Please.
some kind of amulet.
What about a ring?
it's this new fancy monocle.
It's a pirate hat. It's a tricorn hat made of just solid silver.
It could be like a dog tag.
Oh, that'd be
Could
good.
be like a Peugeot Neopolis again.
Okay.
Oh yes,
Where-
cool. Yeah, good.
Where-
Right, so your keywords appear to be laser, dragon, weapon, and
Rod.
creature.
Laser dragon creature weapon. There you go. We got
He's
it.
a dragon creature weapon. That's my lot description.
But the creator's intent also matters, so those are the kind of suggestions for thematic creation, because I do like to be on theme. I'll leave you some leeway on how interpretive you can get with these keywords. But what is it you were looking for? An amulet?
An amulet would probably work best.
Yeah.
Because the amount of material going into it.
As you kind of go over the kind of plans and ideas with Zormir, who's taking, I imagine, extensive notes, trying to piece together.
What the fuck?
I'm just gonna assume Zormir is used to the party asking for insane projects.
It's just fuck you and Alvina just going, right, what can we do? And just dumping shit on a table. We're just pulling stuff out of our backpacks and going, right, we've got this, we got this,
So,
we've got this.
a focus made out of all three parts of this that looks like what?
Oh, so I can wear.
I still think you should
Again?
make it a hat.
What do you mean again?
Oh, what did you say again?
I said something to wear.
A where?
Where?
Like something around my neck or in my ear or on my toes.
Ooh,
Feet.
also got
So,
silver dragon for ice and fire.
oh yeah, we do have ice and fire.
A torang! A torang!
No, socks!
Arcane salt.
Arcade socks!
Cane socks.
I mean, fuck you doesn't wear shoes, so.
Nah, he's barefoot.
Yeah, he wears a pair of
Uh,
socks. He just
Or even
clanks
just like
everyone.
an ankle
Arcane
bracelet.
sandals.
Okay.
Or like a nose ring or
Crocs!
something like that.
No
just
Crocs!
something that just looks innocuous like a piece of jewellery.
Oh my god, that works out so well, actually, doesn't
I
it?
feel like I'm
Crocs, but it
changing
looks like a
here.
dragon.
Yeah.
I make
How about a pair of Crocs and the amulet goes on one of the holes that you remember you used to buy those little
I know.
badge things that you put in the holes of the Crocs.
I make
Gradually, you can add more things to the Crocs.
Okay, I've got my idea for him. I make him a silver dragon earring with vermilion eyes. So
And a red dragon tongue to really fuck
Yeah.
with it.
But I have an
Um,
idea of what will happen if if fuck you tries to cast scrying through this, but
this-
Just get a dragon.
I walk up to him and just like notice he's not got piercings and the vermilion lasers through his ear and clasps into place and like, well, you're stuck with him now.
So,
Better warn me.
it's Albina, hold him down.
I'd snapped on his ear that quick that he didn't realize.
You realise after the fact.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand check. Does
Yeah,
fuck
that-
you
Yeah,
know
just like hand.
That
so
is
fuck
fair.
you notices you.
How
Mm.
brutal is this?
Uh,
Oh wait a minute, Alvina's there, he can't be
you
surprised.
know
He can't be surprised either. Because he's in 30 feet of
Well,
Alvina.
that's for
Yeah.
a combat.
Stop touching my ear.
He attacked. This is damn.
I just
He's
attacked
he's
it.
lasering.
I mean, yeah, fuck you would definitely notice you coming towards it.
Come behind him, earring raised. Like a fucking taser.
Gingerly holds it in front of him. Like, it's okay.
Like approaching a chinchilla with food.
Yeah.
I was imagining a cat in a vet office.
Kinda, yeah. A cat with a cat carrier. Or flea medicine.
Well, part of it snapped on.
You're
We're going to have to
making
snap
me-
on the top half of it now, or are you going to just have this dragon wave about like nothing?
It's the cat meme of the which is the actual vet advice, which is use your head, don't fight a cat, use drugs.
Alvina, quick, grab them!
Okay. I've just found it. I found the meme, by the way.
Yeah, eventually grab hold of fuck you, pin
Yeah.
him down and affix it properly.
Yeah. Albina will help, which is... I don't think between the pair of us we're gonna... he can physically get away from us. So...
Yeah, just take fuck you to the local clears. It all works out.
Oh no, don't get pierced eclairs. This is
I got my ears pierced
PSA,
eclairs.
PSA to everyone listening, don't get your ears pierced eclairs. Go to an actual piercer.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. I did it when I was a kid. It's a really bad idea. Don't do it.
I'm not
Don't do
gonna
it, kids.
lie. When you say Claire's and you describe it like that, I just think you just know someone called Claire.
I have a sister
you-
called Claire.
Who uses like pneumatic drill or something. That was a great timing for that drill sound,
Just
by
get
the
a
way.
needle, stick it through the ear.
No, they just got a power drill.
Yes, you have now got a earring that looks like a dragon and it's got vermilion eyes.
Which is worth 1,000-ish gold.
Give or take.
No, give.
And
Definitely
it only
give.
took 73 minutes.
So yeah,
Oh,
once Fucky's got the piercing in, or the focus in place, he's gonna say, let me double check to see how long it takes.
I think it's 10
It
minutes,
takes
isn't
about
it?
an hour.
Just gonna make sure the wound isn't infected. Just that.
It was
Yes,
cauterized!
it's a 10-minute spell. It's not a ritual.
Oh, okay.
It
It actually costs the slot then. Basically.
Yeah, so it's going to cost me a 5th level slot. So Fucky's going to ask, should I have a look, see if we can spot, have a look at Junior or the Knight?
I think the Knight's probably going to be throwing up for the next like couple of days, so let's check Junior and see what he's doing.
Yes, I would love to know where that little shit is.
Yep, so I start casting...
Also, the Knight might have countermeasures.
So I
While
start
you're-
casting Scrying.
Oh no, it's not like a TV screen. Is
I
it?
forgot a crystal ball counts.
Oh, annoying. Damn.
I tried to... Oh, there it is, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... So the target needs to make a save.
We know the Would we know the target well?
Kinda.
Yeah, it was your previous arc, so sure.
And do we
Sure.
have
Are we
any
doing color
bit-
theory over here?
Do we have any
so
bits
they-
of Junior?
Possibly, do you?
Alvina would have
Um,
kept something if she's gotten her hands on any of it.
Yeah, make me a favor roll.
It's D20,
So,
right?
working with the colors, you get the earring of the Vermilion Eye Metal Purple Dragon.
That sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
I was just about to say that, so that's a big knockoff
Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh card right there.
Knockoff,
It's
that's
the
legit.
yeah, it's the Indonesian translation of Blue Eye Switch.
I think there actually is
Wait,
a
that
Vermilion
card
Eyes dragon in Yu-Gi-Oh now, by the way.
There,
Card
there's a,
isn't legal.
you know, there's a Red Eyes Metal Dragon and Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Red Eyes
So,
Black Metal
you know,
Dragon.
There's
per-
Vermilion Purple
There's a
Metal
blood-
Dragon could be a thing.
There's an Odd Eyes dragon. I can believe anything exists. And yeah, I got 14.
Is it a googly eyes dragon?
Probably. There's dragon maids.
I mean, the Toon deck could count as Googly Eyes Dragon.
Yeah,
'cause
such-
there is a Toon White Eyes Blue Dragon.
Yeah.
There's two Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yeah, I remember that.
Vermilion Eyes Dusk Dragon, there we go.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm
and
pretty
Vermilion
sure.
Dragon Meg.
Yeah, I was about to say. Oh, yeah, I know the dragon. I have a dragon maid deck. Don't question me why.
How many potions?
So you're the reason they cost so much.
Not in real life.
How many? Up
But
to
yeah.
what rarity can we buy potions to?
3 in uncommon, wasn't it?
Uncommon, yeah. 3 common, 3 uncommon.
Oh, 3 common as well. Nice. Yeah, I got 14 on do I have a bit of junior, so I think I have a bit of junior.
Yes, you have at least one thing of Junior's, one item of clothing, or I don't know, a hair, a piece of blood, or something from a previous crime scene.
Probably a bit of hair.
Most likely. I chopped him. I chopped his like top
cannot
knot off.
imagine.
He had a terrible
I cannot
top.
imagine you didn't grab his face and like rip
I have
some
one.
of his eyebrow off.
No, I have one of his fangs. Can I have one of his fangs that I just punched out at some point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that probably makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll-
So, because of that, I believe he has a minus 15
15?
to the save.
A minus what? 15?
15.
Yeah.
I need to double check what the hell is that blocker.
What kind of save is it, actually?
So it's a wisdom save.
I think he had bad wisdom for a vampire, at least, so we've got that going for us. I think...
Back of his leg hair.
Yeah,
got-
I think I
we've got
loaded
his-
up his wisdom.
We've got one of his kidneys, actually.
Okay, but he does have proficiency. A minus 15, alright.
Yeah, that's why it's like, we've got a good odds.
Minus 15. He gets a plus 7 normally. That's what, minus 8?
It's a minus 8 to whatever his thing is. And he has to
Alright,
make
he gets a minus 8. What's your DC?
17.
17.
So I don't think he can make this.
Natural 1.
I'm gonna portent it so he gets a 1.
Should have line of sight requirements, and also you don't have potent.
Yeah. Well,
Inspiration?
Here.
If Junior wants to use one of his own inspirations, what? He rolled well.
Hey,
He rolled a
can-
17 and got 9.
if we can persuade him to do so.
It's not here.
Okay. He is going to fail.
Yay.
So you're on a failed save. Within 10 feet of the target, you can hear through the sensors if you were there. The sensor moves with the target, meaning within 10 feet of it during the duration. Creatures that can see invisible objects use the sensor as a okay, as a luminous orb about the size of your fist. What allows things to see invisible creatures? Is that true sight? See true sight?
Can see invisible objects. It's basically true
Yes,
sight.
he's got a modified vampire stat block.
He
It's
doesn't have legendary actions? Or resistance?
does. He's choosing not to use them.
there's better things to use them on than a scrying save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He must be thinking, oh, it's probably just those guys.
To be honest, yeah, it probably is.
Plus, he's not the
alright.
smartest.
Okay, now you don't actually, I believe, get to know his exact location. You just get to see a sensor within 10 feet, so you're gonna have to push some together. Give me a moment here while I double check where the hell he would actually have gotten to on the map. I'm gonna move you guys over to Titan Guts.
I believe scrying. Can you like show it to the other people as well? I think if you put it on something, is that a thing in 5e? It was in older editions. I don't know if it's in 5e as well.
Well, what I could do is cast Detect Thoughts on you, detect what you're seeing, and then at the same time create. So essentially, my eye would open up in like an R2D2 sort of thing, create a 3D projection using my major image.
That'd do it.
Well, if the DM would allow that to occur,
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That's cool.
awesome. And I use my other eye to record what's happening.
I want to point out this
Because
literally
that's
happens in
exciting.
Overlord, the anime, and it was awesome in that. So fuck yeah. Crystal Monitor. That was the spell that they used in Overlord.
He has spider climb. He has additional movements. It's he managed to get out at the same time you guys did. You guys have been in salvage for at least 3-ish days now.
Yeah.
So how quickly would he be able to move? He's probably still in Titan Guts, but he is getting to kind of border. What was his initial plan?
And with no sunlight, we can fly pretty much the whole time.
Depends how many of these weird rays are UV coming from the sky.
Okay. He would be about there. Right. Did he make any allies on his way? Let's roll to find out.
Natural one, natural one, natural one, natural one, natural one, natural one. Everyone hates him. He's actually on the run.
Let's find out. Let's hear. Oh,
Yay!
let's straighten that out.
No one likes Junior.
We just cut to him being chased by another of the knights.
Yeah, he's being chased by the Amethyst Knight.
Or a pack of Nothics.
Yeah, this is why he is not using his legendary.
No,
resistances because he's using them to beat off
No.
a bunch of other creatures.
Hey, whatever he does in his own time. I was gonna say he's being chased down by Steve. In a howdah. Like, Steve's in, like, one of those, like, throne chairs from, like, tribal chiefs. Being carried by, like, 10 nothings.
So your vision of Junior through this desert is essentially Mad Max. Basically. I got with the wrong party. I should have followed that fucking guy.
Follow the vampire.
He sounds like he's having so much fun.
I don't know, we're having fun.
But yes, as you see through the vision, you create a sensor within 10 feet of Junior. And obviously the sensor is focused on Junior. He seems a little beaten up. You can kind of see bags beginning to form under his eyes. In the distance, you can hear the roar of dragons. And he stops to kind of catch his breath. You can see that his claws are fully out. This kind of strange black blood dripping from it, and as it drops to the ground below, it kind of singes at the ground. He rests his hands against similar Titan white stone, the same kind of walls that you've been seeing all around Titan Guts. You immediately recognize it as clearly he's still somewhere in Titan Guts. But you don't see any obvious kind of landmarks. And as he's kind of panting, catch his breath, materializing or kind of almost stalking him, but kind of keeping their distance, you catch sight of a black dragon chimera. You can see Junior kind of lock eyes with him, and then immediately start taking off. Now, I assume you can keep the sensor on him.
It follows him.
Moves with the target. Okay.
Yeah.
We actually have to follow
as you
him.
kind of as you kind of move with him, eventually you kind of see him coming out into a clearing, and in the center of this massive clearing are 3 giant gaping kind of holes in the center that seem to lead deeper, further down, and all around the holes you kind of have this shifting, moving, almost black rocks kind of rolling this way and that. There seems to be kind of a field of them around the holes. And now the professor will recognize this in a moment. I'll tell you in details of that in a second. But as you hear the kind of chimera roaring and kind of keeping pace with Junior, Junior kind of looks back and then looks to the 3 massive holes and kind of mumbling under his breath, That damn aboleth better be telling the truth. As he runs for one of the holes and jumps down into it. Its size almost half a mile in diameter.
Jesus.
And as he kind of jumps down into it, he begins sliding it down. There isn't a incredibly steep curve, but it would be a struggle to climb back out. It's still at maybe kind of a 40-degree angle with the ground. As he begins descending deeper and deeper, he, occasionally trips or kind of regains his balance, trying to maintain some semblance of control as he's going down, but he spends a while doing this. How long does the spell last for?
It lasts for 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay, so in terms of him like running away and the dragon kind of chasing him, eventually him getting to the massive kind of field of these strange roaming black rocks that kind of occasionally you see them rolling around when they think nobody's looking at them, unaware of the invisible sensor. And Junior jumping down into one of these 3 massive holes and sliding down the rock deeper into the earth, and then catching that phrase of that damn aboleth bear being telling the truth. That will probably take up about 10 minutes. There's nothing else of interest to this scene. He will continue going down for a while. These tunnels take hours to explore.
Fair.
Yes, sir.
Alvino be chuckling. When he sees him just like beat to shit being chased by dragons.
I might have some killer plants down there as well.
But Professor, as you were streaming all that through your consciousness, you recognize this this area as being the guts, part of the landfill central, as well as this is the kind of central field of the guts with the field of. Now I had a name
Number
for
9,
these
right?
creatures. Yep, number 9.
Make
Each hex, is that 10 miles or 100 miles?
It is a day's travel on foot. Yeah, half a day on
I'll-
mount
I'll-
and a third.
I'll convey that to the party, that he's a day away by foot. A day ahead, rather. And he can move. I presume he can move faster than us, because
He can fly.
can fly, right? Yeah.
I imagine he moves as basically as if we were mounted.
What direction was he coming from?
He's
was
the
he coming
smoke.
from the north, or
He can
heading
fly
from,
as smoke, provided it's not light.
Was
Yeah,
he
pretty sure
coming
the smoke
from
doesn't
Wall
travel that far.
area?
He has a flying speed of 20 feet. He actually
Sorry.
can run faster.
I thought it was 60
No,
feet. And
vampires have a faster speed.
Yeah.
His mist form has a slower speed. What direction was he coming?
Oh, if he
in?
shape changes?
So I know.
Yeah,
that's
he
fair.
can shapeshift.
There wasn't a lot of landmarks to be able to tell. Give me a perception check, the Professor, since you're the only one who would actually know the landscape here. See if you caught something obscure, maybe the walled fortress up high or something. Get a rough idea of which direction he was coming from.
Can Alvina roll to see if she caught sight of anything that she could tell the Professor? Like a landmark, like a if it was like a building or something.
There's about 3 prominent locations, so yes. I'll let you see if you have a chance of seeing those 3 things, because they give you a good indicator.
Okay. I just want to see if my Eyes of the Eagle help in any way for this particular one, because they have some other effect.
Can Gwent do one as well? Because she's kind of from the same area.
Yeah, Gwen.
Oh, okay, since
Fucking
Gwen
do
spent some
one,
time
mate.
exploring. What?
He can do one.
No, it's
Perception. Passive of 21.
We're gonna play. Did anybody spot the 3 landmarks that might actually give you an
21!
idea of which direction he was going in?
Oh, for sake.
15's not bad.
Yeah, but 15 is terrible.
With a 13, it's pretty bad, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
I thought 15's not
Barely
awful,
work.
thinking you had like a +2 or something.
I couldn't have
Nah.
guidance myself, could I? Because I'm concentrating on the
You're doing other
greater.
No, but that'll be enough. There wasn't that high a DC. The most obvious kind of data point or kind of perspective is normally the backbone spine, which is this is the top of the map, which is a massive high rise of stone that kind of towers over everything and actually kind of gives the shades its name with giving a slight shadow over it all. But the other major locations are the massive hand stone-built tower in the slopes near the passageway and the gates to the bottom left, and the walled fortress that was built on top of a kind of cliff rise that looks over the outcrops. And only somebody with kind of experience would notice the backbone as a kind of vocal point. But the site of the walled fortress and the massive kind of Eastern-styled tower are a little bit easier to kind of distinguish from their surroundings. And with those 2 data points, with the Professor and Alvina kind of pointing out the obvious to the Professor, who already saw it all, you get a pretty good indication that they were actually coming from, not directly from the north, from the Shades, but it looked like they'd gone through the kind of western area, the Browbone, which
Features up there?
in the Browbone.
Yeah, and because he mentioned obviously Aboleth, so I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together, essentially, and get 4.
You also know that he escaped from the tower where you met Drax.
Yeah. So he's probably referring to Drax.
I didn't meet Drax.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir.
Oh,
That would have been a
right,
party thing.
so-
Stole his powers.
He met Drax.
Yeah, you met Drax last session.
What did no Junior met Drax.
Oh,
So
Junior.
what do you mean
Junior
by Aboleth?
Right.
Junior was in the same prison, so he might have
Yeah.
like bailed before we freed him. In fact, he did bail
Ah.
before we freed him. So he
Yep.
probably like
So-
went through the.
Yeah,
So,
because
alright,
we had that
I'm gonna-
encounter
I'm
with the
gonna-
scarecrows.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
I'm-
Wait,
I'm
we
not
also
asking,
we also
did-
let Junior out.
Did Junior meet Drax
Yeah.
before you guys met Drax?
No, we met him first, but Junior met him when we let Junior out of the building through the portal.
Okay, so what did Drax tell Junior then?
We don't know.
We
That
don't
he
know.
would.
They
be
talk in brains.
Okay, I will ask Drax then, please.
I don't think he's here.
He's not here. He won't be in
Oh,
the.
he's not here. He's not in the camp.
Unless they've
Then
spontaneously let him
instead-
into the camp, which I doubt.
Nope, he's still out in the training area of the Hydras. You can pick him
Oh,
up
yes,
on the way out.
Could,
Did we see Drax
would I
after
be
he ran
able
away
to
from the Amphitheater?
telepath to him?
What was that, Ali?
Have we seen Drax since he ran away from his knight?
He didn't run away.
Oh yeah, he came back. He came back once.
Okay.
He went forward away from the party. He was running away from the knight,
Yeah.
but he did come back as soon as the knight was defeated.
Okay.
You heard the gurgling noise and went, "Oh, they lived."
Since this is a bit noodly, Chris, but can I essentially gain an insight into his innate abilities while I'm watching him for those 10 minutes? I'm not technically within 60 feet of him, but I can see him, and the orb is within 60 feet. Like I said, it's a bit noodly.
No, I allow it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
You're vaguely aware of vampires. They're not as prevalent in this new world, but you have heard of such creatures.
He knows he's a vampire.
Especially-
We've told him. So
Yeah, so you'd at least be able to kind of do a bit of research in your database and what you know of them. You learn the base kind of vampire stat block, and also that he seems to have several artificer tools on him, similar to what Zormir has, but of a slightly kind of different aesthetic design.
they've all got bats on
As
them.
well as you probably caught a few magical items on him, but you wouldn't know enough, not being an artificer, to kind of pinpoint those, and also because I don't even know what those are yet.
He hasn't
Yeah,
decided.
no, that's fine.
They're all frag grenades.
That's enough. So I know. Because I've got a list of things that I can use here. It's got Nautics, Purple Worms, and Vampires.
They're not a purple worm.
You are not a purple worm. What are you?
A purple intestinal parasite. Purple tapeworm.
Nautic Hydra, Purple Worm, and Vampires is what I've got so far. Cool. Thank you very much. Oh, also all you guys. Hold on, let me just write that. The party.
Okay. Do you want us to read off our races for you?
No, it's fine. I can just look at your character sheet.
Everyone, delete your character sheet information.
Quick, make it public. Private.
Make it private.
Besides, I can't access half of you anyway because you've all got psychic blockers or some shit.
Yeah.
For 6 monthly installments of $4.99, you can gain access to Assassin's Mind.
That's too.
That
But
sounds
yes,
like a reasonable deal.
Also,
Unfortunately.
for Book You, as you have effectively just created a very, or not very, a rare magic item, you also gain the effect of laser movement, which, for all intents and purposes, Zormir was kind of cheating and has been using a template that, I'll let up to Zormir whether or not he realizes he's been using a template, but he's inadvertently just recreated the Ring of Free Action.
Okay.
Because I like the idea of the red dragon kind of protecting you and burning away anything that would hurt you, the spear to give you additional movement, and also just the fact that a laser generally is uninterruptible.
It goes in a straight line.
The the whole not being paralyzed or restrained by magic is insane for fuck you.
Oh god, yeah. Immune to
It is, there you go.
immune to paralysis is crazy, just generally, to be honest. Damn.
Zormir has inadvertently recreated the Ring of Free movement as an earring.
The earring.
Nice.
Is it a achievement?
It also technically requires attunement if you want the effect, or you can just use it as a
That's fine.
focus.
I mean, he'll probably like unintentionally attune to it.
Yeah, you got an hour.
Yeah.
What do you get rid of if you have 3 slots?
I've only got one thing attuned at the moment.
Yeah, we were at.
Cool.
I'll say, James, we were given access to 1 rare, a bunch of common, and like 2 uncommon. I don't think we can physically get 3 attunement items for that.
I got the same, and my attunement slots are filled.
I have.
Oh, you min-max.
Yeah, we didn't. We
No.
did random shit.
No, I did not. I just traded last week a rope of fucking self-mending.
That's
Do you
really
think
good.
I min-maxed?
That's really good.
And a wand of conducting.
That's amazing. So I bought a spice pouch, which turned out to be broken.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those
I mean,
It'd be very
that are
expensive.
awesome.
I have a
Anyway.
question.
Fuck you's items were studded +1 studded leather, a +1 rapier, and a bag of holding.
Alvina's big items were 2 +1 longswords and a giant's belt. The basic giant's belt, the shitty one.
I'm pretty sure apart from my little squid boy, I haven't chosen any other items. So thank you for reminding me. I should probably do that if Chris could send me the list of items I'm supposed to pick. I'm supposed to do that week 1 and entirely forgot.
I can send it if you want.
I joined late, so I would also like that list if
Okay.
I would get the magical item.
I'm just gonna put the whole magic item list in the chat.
In terms of, so I let the
Junior?
party
Maybe.
Yeah, I let the party know that Junior has headed there. I will probably because God, Junior is a problem, but we do have this mission to do, and we can't go swanning off somewhere else before going and stealing an airship. He is a problem.
That's fine. We can do that, and once we've got that, we can easily catch up to Junior.
Yeah.
You can still scry on him, so
plus-
it doesn't.
Yeah, yeah.
Junior's
we can
also
put tabs on it.
on your way out of Titan Guts.
Mm-hmm.
Or are we heading south?
Yeah, you guys are heading south out of Titan Guts.
Oh, perfect. Well, that's great
Yeah.
then. I will let the leader of the camp know then, just in case he doubles back.
What color do you know? He's red. I was like, what color do you want the vampire? The vampire's going red.
Yeah.
Because he drains blood.
The vampire is the same color as the amethyst.
Yeah. So
Amethyst is
I'll
Not
let,
quite.
Oh, I updated it now.
I'll let the higher ups know, particularly the security chiefs in the camp, know to keep an eye out for, and I'll create an illusion, a spinning illusion kind of thing. Keep an eye out for this character. Don't let him into the camp. Beware
Wanted.
of his teeth, etc., etc. If you see him before I do, send a message.
Fair. All right, so we've done our scrying on Junior. We've done our magic making items. Is there anything else you guys wanted to finish up in camp before you leave?
I'm not sure if they'll have that item or not that I sent you.
What, Junior?
Gwent
Or the
or
camp?
Gwent?
Was asking about an item because looking through stuff whilst we were doing that, I was handing out items as well.
Yeah,
is there
who is
anything else
they?
then? The colony, would they have that kind of
Oh,
item
no.
sent? Because it's
No.
one of the things like I'm not sure if it would be something exists in here.
Ooh, what is it?
Probably not,
Map
no.
Case.
A what?
They would have a regular
Photographer's
case.
map case. It's an uncommon item. Well, not an uncommon, just a common item.
I'm just going
They
to pick
have
up a
a-
couple of bags of ball bearings, if you don't mind.
Yeah, it's fine. They have a regular map case, or they have a leather tube that you could use as a map case.
Is there anything else anyone particularly
Lucky
looked
wants
at?
some oil.
Oil?
Alvina
Yeah,
would
it's on
like.
Player's Handbook. You can buy it.
Alvina would like another rope.
You guys know that you don't have to tell me what you're
Yeah, don't-
buying from.
yeah.
Just
Now I'm telling
Any of
Zolmir
that
because
shit.
I am currently
I
out
just-
of money.
Just tell me the gold cost so I can take it off.
I think it's like 5
That's what I'm
gold for
saying.
a 50-foot rope, right? Something like that.
Does the point have anything that they want to get? Because you're obviously a hero to these people now. Like, I was just wondering because the professor would have been fine to go out in your stead if you understandably wanted to live that rock style, reclusive lifestyle and not go out and be mobbed by all the fans and whatnot. So I was just thought I'd offer.
Albina to carry him if he needs it.
No.
That's you.
The
Another
point
word
says,
saying-
nah, I'm good.
I-
If you want to go get anything with my name, don't be a dick.
And then Assassin hand like a list to the professor and being like, they're just being humble. The point would like this. And it's just like a list that's equivalent to like get me 10 bear asses quest items.
I want the
These all
livers.
seem like things that you would like, Assassin.
Wouldn't you like to know, robot?
Alvina looks over the shoulder at the list and goes, "No, yeah, I've seen the point. Get all of these as well."
Very well. I shall require some time to find left-handed paint.
If you can't find left-handed, ambidextrous is fine.
And remember, Professor, you owe me, I think, still like 2 weeks worth of food.
I have already left it outside your tent. It was gone when I got back there this morning.
I don't remember
I
it.
assumed you had it.
Oh, that
Same
was
as
the
bean.
I will just keep your ration. Chris, could I grab some? It's common and uncommon potions were allowed, right? Any potions or just healing potions?
Just healing potions. Anything else would require ingredients.
I think we've already bought them.
did.
I think Zomer already bought them out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then never mind. Could I have gotten a crew together before I left and sent them out to the purple worm? Like, could I have taken shards from the wound first, obviously, and then directed them there? Because that's meat. I would have taken some of the
That's
meat
a good call,
back
actually.
at the very least, because Alvina would have.
That's
eaten
not
by
meat.
half
That's
of it.
that's an elemental.
Oh, it's a rock, isn't it?
That is a porous sponge-like rock creature.
Then it is at the very least an ingredient for something, possibly armor, or it could be used to hold up defenses. So I would direct them in that direction.
Can I have a chunk of it to use as actual pumice?
I guess.
Sure.
Cheers.
I'm also going to take a sample of its poison. Could I take its poison tail sting to analyze and possibly extract poison from in a future?
Are you immune to poison?
I am resistant to poison because I'm a robot.
They go. Do you have proficiency with the poisoner's kit?
I do, and I have proficiency in what's it called? That's the
Sleight of
wrong
hand.
one. Scroll.
Alchemy?
No, not sleight of hand. God no.
Nature?
Clunky ass robot.
Survival?
Nature, survival. I think I.
I actually do have. I have survival, actually.
Look,
I
mate,
don't
I
have
just need to know if
nature.
you had sleight of hand if I'm giving you advantage or not on this.
I
Since
do
you
not
don't,
have
this
sleight
will
of
just
hand.
be a.
I've got Tinker's tools though, so I have little,
Yeah, mate,
little tools that I can.
That doesn't matter.
It'd be Mason.
You have
for
poisoner's
this.
kit.
no.
To be fair, you have poisoner's kit, which is literally the one you use to extract poison from creatures.
Cool.
Yeah, I just need to know
Do I
if you
need
had
to roll
sleight of
in
hand for Xanafer's advantage. This would be a flat dexterity check with proficiency for a poisoner's check. Effectively a sleight of hand check, but with proficiency.
I will. There must be some way
Can you guide yourself?
that I can. Yeah, I'm gonna guide myself. How about that?
Yeah, that's where you do it,
What was the roll,
right?
sorry. What was the roll? What was I rolling?
Poisonous kick.
A dexterity check with proficiency.
There you go. Proficiency. That sucks. Let's
I
mark
think you're gonna
that.
get a 10. Like, roll a 10, I think.
Give that a guidance. See if that works.
You can give yourself guidance. This is a ability check.
I've just checked my dex proficiency. I'll uncheck it once the roll's done. Here we go. 10.
Told you!
Wow.
You suck.
All right.
Um,
Let me just double check the DC here.
I am gonna.
11.
Don't like
use
that
my dex
tone.
point.
I really
I'm gonna use-
don't like that tone.
You're gonna.
I'm gonna.
Pretty sure you're down to. You just had the one for today, right? 'Cause you used a bunch of them last
He
week.
did.
I was fresh out last week, so as per your rules, we get one.
Yep, so
at
you
the
get one
start of
today.
each session.
Alright,
If we have none,
so this is
I'm gonna
this
use
is your
my one
destiny
for
point
the
for the session.
Yes, I want to gather some poison.
Amazingly,
'Cause I'm
Alvina.
pretty
actually-
confident 10 fails.
Haha! 22, motherfucker.
It was 23 actually with DC. That'd be amazing.
No, I'm pretty sure you just used the DC of the poison.
Oh, I don't know.
I have no idea. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So luckily for you, it's a 19 DC.
Jeez, that was close.
Oh, thank God I guided myself again.
Yeah.
Hang
Oh,
words.
yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a D4.
D4.
Nice.
Come on. Unless
Did
a 4
everyone-
was what I didn't want.
Did everyone get their potions?
Yeah, I've written it down. Great healing
Yeah,
potion, right?
sure.
So you get, this is just the raw material, you'll still need to actually make this into something, but you get
Yeah, that's
4
interesting.
units of purple worm poison extract. During your downtime, or whenever you actually want to do this, you can use it with your poisoner's kit to attempt to make purple worm poison, as in the actual injury poison.
Nice.
So it's basically purple worm poison stuff that I would need to add water to or whatever to send.
It's kind of just a liquid. You just have to kind of do some alchemy or poisoner manipulation to it to make it kind of more usable for weapons.
Just add mayonnaise.
Just add mayonnaise. Heinz makes it, after all.
Heinz makes lethal venom.
Hellman's.
No, Hellman's makes it. Fuck. Got the fucking two brands of mayonnaise and I picked the wrong one.
You eat the
Somehow
baked
Fuck
beans.
You has 5 healing potions on him now.
Okay.
Did you?
And you get yours as well?
Yeah, I've added the one that you gave me as well, yeah. But somehow I already had 4.
Oh wait, did you
I
get
don't
some?
know.
Did you get some in the tower?
I don't know.
You might have had some in the tower. We got a
You
lot of
wanna
loot in the
hand-
tower. It's very easy to lose track of something.
If you want to hand out those extra potions to other people, that's fine.
Honestly,
I was
I'm-
just trying to.
I'm fine with one healing potion because I've got the feeling I'm probably going to be the one who needs it.
I gave.
Probably, yeah.
So I'm fine to have
Yeah.
one just in case someone needs picking up.
You've
I gave-
got the greater.
I gave the
Yeah.
ones I thought needed the graters, and handed the smaller ones, because I've got healing spells, and I
I
believe
mean, so does fuck you.
Gwent and fuck
so does
you.
Gwent.
That's why
I
I
have
gave you the
healing spell.
normal.
Actually,
I gave you the normal ones.
should we give him to Gwent because Gwent's got healing spells and he's by far the fastest in the party, so we can get to heal us up if we're dying.
Yeah.
Want to give him 3 of the.
I mean, if I choose to.
I hope you do.
Well, there's that.
When facing down a dragon that you can't outrun, you probably want to heal us. So we can at least distract it long enough for you to run away.
I can heal from a distance, I'm good.
Just drive by heal, it's fine.
That's not bad ideas.
Yeah.
Just drive by, dunk it in your mouth, keep running.
Yeah.
I'll take one of the potions.
That's
then,
what I did as
an
a
extra one I've
bird.
done.
I've done that as a
It
bird.
would be a drive-by heal if I was riding on Gwent's back and the both of us did some healing. Because we do both heal. That's a drive-by healing right there.
Yeah, if you
wanna
want to take one of the standard potions here, you know?
Okay.
To me, or...
Is it me? Or if you want one as well.
I have none so far. I've got
Yeah, I'll
slime,
give one.
I've got lightning.
I'll give one to the professor.
Then I'll
Thank
give that, or I'll give that other extra one I got off you to Assassin. Here, oh, yeah, just in case you keel over again.
Oh, thank you. And just like opens mouth,
Nope.
puts whole bottle into self, disappears.
Is that tasty?
You can't really taste it. It's just like, you know, because it's glass.
Ah,
You know?
I've
You
never
really
tried.
taste glass?
I've never
What's
tried.
Assassin's
When
Mum
I
a
d-
bag of holding?
That squid dragon spunkins.
You know what? I might actually just make the bag of holding just one whole item is just my squid boy also acts as a bag of holding.
Your
and
squid-
toss one of my magic items as a bag of holding.
Oh,
You are
Alvina's
the bag of
backpack.
holding.
Alvina's backpack just got really big all of a sudden.
Maybe you're
Yeah, but
decent.
also your backpack is not like inside the stomach, so yours is probably, you know, more palatable for the rest of the
So-
party.
It's a bag of holding, but it always comes up covered in saliva.
She's fine with
How
that.
much?
It always comes up covered in something, anyway.
Ooh.
How much? It's.
It comes up covered in terms and conditions.
We want to get
That you won't
anyone.
read.
Do we want to get another party member a bag of holding then? Because that could be
I
a.
have
I'll
I have a
take.
bag of holding.
If someone
currently
wants to
have
buy
for
me a
this
bag of holding, I will really accept it.
But then you can't put the kobold in it all the time. Then.
No, just have it on my waist. I have a backpack on my back, a bag of holding on my waist. I've got space.
I
So where
really
you,
thought you
where are
meant-
you buying the bag of holding?
When you
Yes.
said put it on
Is
my
there
waist,
one
I
for-
genuinely thought you meant assassins. Like just belt them on.
No, but remember how the whole theme of this
Yeah.
place is they
Yeah,
don't have
it's
magic
no
items.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Yeah.
if Bob can find
I
one,
can make
I'll
bags
take
of
it.
holding.
If you can make one in your downtime if you get the components for it.
It's a black hole.
Do we want to purchase the items for that
As-
then?
Do we have?
No, again, because you would need Arcanite for that.
Yeah, I was like, where are we
Yeah,
gonna
and
buy the
Arcanite
stuff
in
for
short
it?
supply.
You go out- you go out and kill-
Holding.
Hilarious, the materials are just the materials of a bag.
Yeah. How much?
Inscribe it with arcane runes, put in the Arcanite power source.
Well, we're
Probably
trying
avoid
to
Arcanite.
synthesize
Definitely
the
avoid
Arcanite on our current bag of holding.
Make two.
So what, you find your Void Arcanite propellers and you decide you don't want to repair your ship, you can use one to make a
Back
bag
off!
holding instead.
I mean,
No.
surely our ship should have like spare Arcanite bits on it just in case things break.
You'd think,
Small
but
bit, not
yeah,
the
those
full
broke.
propellers, though.
Zorme is
Not the
really.
propeller.
Zorme doesn't
Zormir
like
had so much faith
backup.
in this ship.
Yeah, Zorme was so confident he never made a backup.
Ah, hubris. The hubris.
Let me just check this this list of things I gave Bob here. A ship, that's it. It's pushing it. I'm giving you a ship. Be grateful for the ship.
Yeah.
No,
I
it doesn't say
didn't
anything
ask
about
for any-
spare additional magic items here.
Yeah.
I
No,
didn't ask for any other thing. The airship. I thought that was pushing it as
It
is.
was.
I'm not.
I'm
I'm
amazed
not
you got
asking
it, to
for
be
all
honest.
this stuff inside the ship.
Yeah, it's like the
and you- and,
Titanic.
to be
That
fair,
means
even then you got it purely so I
unsinkable.
could use it as a story point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got a ship without any spare parts. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Look, you guys were you spent a lot of money. You're not very good with money. Spare parts cost money. You sold them for some extra ale money.
I.
Well, fuck you,
It's
anything
it's
that
all
sounds
the
unfair.
it's all the
I
property
can
damage
make input
fines.
ale.
It's
Oh.
all.
Let's
It's all.
get this right. They were used after the last time you crashed.
I.
We did the spare parts. We used them all.
Yeah, we ran out of spare parts by using them all, and we're out of money because we're having to pay the fines for property damage and theft fines for this party.
This is,
Zormir just keeps paying off everyone that we keep pissing off.
This is actually why Zormir, as well as also getting revenge, but also took this deal purely because if you caught Junior and put him back in alive, you were going to get paid enough to buy more spare parts.
Ah, damn it.
But
Now
I
that
made
you're in
a
an
lot-
alternative world,
We made a lot of money here, but we're.
We'll
we
make
will.
you
more.
can't spend it.
We'll make more money. It'll be fine. We just have to raid this entire fortress, steal everything in it, including the giants, and
Speaking of which, shall we press on as we have an hour left?
Nah, if you guys just want to muck about for 3 hours, I'm fine with that.
Don't do it.
I'm
Oh, another rock
I prefer to do some actual.
Oh, you want plot
Campaign.
progression?
Yes.
oh, by the way,
Yes,
guys, the
that's-
sword's
those are the
probably
only kinds of
cursed.
games I play, Chris.
Yes, please.
Oh, alright. Okay, I'll push the party along here for this. We actually can move along in the next hour. Right, you guys have finished up your settlement. We'll retcon anything else, but as you head out, I've uploaded the dossier. Oh, I also found the thing for the professor. As the strange creatures that were moving around the guts, professor, you would know these to be carbon geonides. A form of creature that resides within Titan guts, apparently related to the stomach worm in some variety, but when kind of exposed to a great deal of, I believe it's either force damage or something, the carbon geonides can actually be converted into diamonds. Now, normally for the smaller ones, it's diamonds of insufficient quantities, But there is kind of a practice among the rebellions that for those who are more daring and for those who have a little bit of magic on their side, of a geonide hunt where you hunt down one of the bigger specimens to convert it into a diamond that's actually usable for resurrection magic, and it's incredibly useful to the rebellion, and one of the kind of resources they mine here for anyone with magic capabilities.
So these things, if you put them under extreme, say, gravitational pressure, we can get diamonds.
Would I have fought them before? Could I add them to my list of mana drink things?
Yes, you would have studied them. Whether or not you would take the risk of going against the bigger ones by yourself, they exponentially get more powerful the larger their size are. But you also need to go against the bigger ones to get diamonds sufficient quantity for higher level spells. Yes, you would at least be aware of the smaller ones.
If the professor mentioned this, I'm sure
Small
Alvina and fuck you probably want to go fight them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is
I will
force
mention
damage,
that
which I
they're
believe is what the weapon does. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. That's why.
small geo tinamite.
I have a gravity sword now.
Geonites.
Geonid.
Geonids, technically.
Geodude!
Geonid.
Small geonite.
Well, if I can roll right.
If you imagine Geodude, but without the arms, that's pretty much.
A ball.
So
Yeah.
little rock
It's
ball.
just
So
a rock
it-
with a
it look-
face!
So it looks like a Voltorb.
Yeah, but it's a Voltorb but rock.
Ah,
like a black kind of carbon Voltorb, yes.
so let's go kick them in the ball.
But they are found in the
Thanks for that
landfills, kind of in the guts and the kind of southern areas of the slopes and giveaway.
Cool. If we could head south, then I'll do my best to lead you guys in their vague direction on our way to Junior and on our way south towards
The mountain.
wherever it is we're going.
Iron core?
Yeah. Which direction is Iron Current?
South.
South.
That is south. That's where we're heading. South.
How far
Are
away
we-
is it, Chris?
How far away is what?
To where Junior is.
It is a day on foot or half a day on mount.
Yeah, we could get there, like, today.
Now,
So
technically,
Gwen can
is
go
a-
ahead.
Well,
yeah.
I can do that instead. I can make us a vehicle.
Holy shit! Make a vehicle?
Yes.
Prime-
We can get
Prime-
SUV! We can just get a
It's
car!
part of the spell list that
Yeah,
James
man.
did.
Yeah.
Like the arcane hacking, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I just assumed you were gonna get a cart, but this makes way more sense.
We get a car! We get an SUV!
Now, do you
Not a car, a cart.
Do you
This
draw
is-
this? Like, does it attach to you, or is it like a Flintstones thing where you're inside?
No, it's an
running?
actual like vehicle.
I'm
like
asking Gwen for flavor. It's more like for flavor.
It's going to be. Imagine if a car was built for Centaur, so it's going to be weird shaped. But I drive. I do not pull.
Is it one of those horse vans, but with extra space in the front?
This
It's
is
a,
Does
where
it look
the
like an
standing,
RV?
it's a standing
Yeah.
desk. It's a standing desk.
this is where the campaign suddenly becomes Final Fantasy 15.
Oh yeah, it's that car!
I've got boy band in the car.
My bad in the car!
Does it look like a essentially a Trojan horse?
Where's the nose?
I'm just looking at the spell, and it's called Find Vehicle. It's
Yeah.
like, oh shit, where did I fucking park the car?
Oh my god, that is a great
I found my
picture!
vehicle.
What origin are
Like
you
a
using?
key from your-
Are you using Celestial,
is,
Fey, or Fiendish?
Faye like myself.
Fey like yourself? Okay.
I approve.
Oh, that's fine.
As the elf from a Fey forest, I approve.
It takes 10 minutes.
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes,
And
but I
it
can have
lasts-
it
lasts
for 8
8
hours. So, you know, it's good.
And this has got to be faster than a mount as well.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still just chuckling at the
This-
fact
this-
it's Find Vehicle. You're just looking for your vehicle for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Where did I leave my car?
Would-
Fuck,
just
mate, we've got to get
wandering
on the
around
road
with
now.
the yeah, you're just wandering around with the fob, going beep beep
If-
beep beep.
No, it's you going, where the fuck... You're standing next to your car, you're going, where the fuck did I put my keys?
Now it is still a land vehicle. So
Yes.
it is still going to have to deal with the terrain. So while it will be quick, I'm still just going to make it the same speed as the Hydras, who don't have to deal with the terrain.
Because it's a magic item. Could we flavour it, instead of wheels, it has legs?
It has legs.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
That's
So-
so cursed. I love it.
So it's kind of like the trunk from Colour of Magic.
Oh, it's the luggage. By the way, I have just found the
I was
best
thinking
image.
cat buff.
This
Cat
is
buff.
what
Oh,
the
yes, cat
this
buff.
is what it is. This is what it is. I just put it in Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be casting this at 5th level, Gwen?
I would not, because I don't have 5th level spells.
Well, it's just because 3rd level can only conjure a vehicle large enough to carry 6 medium creatures.
Yeah, don't
You've
forget
got-
we've
you got
I
two
wouldn't mind
Hydras.
us carrying
We've
the
got two
Hydra,
Hydra.
I'll be honest with you.
And also,
Those
I
are
am
Hydras.
I am but a little lad.
You're in my backpack.
This deals with everyone not driving the Hydras.
Yeah, which is Zomir, Zomir
Oh, right, we're
and
taking the Hydra.
Alvina, who are taking the Hydras.
I assume you can't separate Alvina from the Hydra for most points.
Yeah, pretty much.
No.
Especially now I've got a fancy saddle.
Yeah, I've got a saddle.
Does it have air conditioning? Because we are going through deserty mountain kind of stuff.
That's what the mountains are for.
Yeah, it's kind of wet air conditioning. It's very moist, to use assassin's
It's-
words.
It's wet air conditioning. You just open the windows and it's raining.
Oh, like, you need to take care of the people inside, so assassin is very comfortable, everybody else slightly moist.
Assassin's in my
Yes,
backpack.
perfect condition.
Oh no.
I think we're actually one person too much. I'll take Abigail as well.
This moisture in the air is rusting my joints.
He's got some Hydras leading the way.
Yeah.
I just assume it's a
Yeah, I
Zomir
would
and
probably
Alvina.
try to ride on top of the vehicle. Van surfing.
What, you're going to be the guy with the guitar?
Yep.
I've lost my character, by the way. Where's
It is
Alvina
mine.
gone?
Jesus. Could I attempt to do some downtime potioning stuff then?
So when did Gwen get a car?
You'd only have the day, so it depends if you wanted to actually keep an eye on the party, because you're doing a lot of role playing in your background.
It's true.
So you aren't able to keep an eye on study the party and the loo and all that while also doing potion making. You are still mortal and only have one body.
Yeah, that is
Why is
true.
the professor
For now.
keeping an eye on Lou?
See,
Oh, no.
this is
Her
why I
body
did.
is at home.
This is why I dedicate my 100% of my time to just dicking about. So then, whenever I actually want to be part of something, I can.
Mega Alvina briefly existed.
Must have to get a damn thing for a car. I don't think there's a cars thing in here. I'm saying car.
I think there might be actually in standard. In standard, there actually might be. Like, go over the sci-fi section. I think there actually might be vehicles.
Nothing under car, at least. Vehicle?
Failing that,
I think it's
we
under
can just
vehicle.
make one of our tokens bigger.
I'll be able to make a spaceship
Yeah.
or something. That'd probably do.
Yeah.
Like just some weird vehicle.
Yeah, I can make a car token for next week if you don't find one.
One moment.
Drax is gonna have to ride with us or fly. Because you can only get.
He's too big to fit in there.
Yeah.
Drax is just a hood ornament. Just strap him
You
to
know
the
what I
front
like?
of the car.
Drax can be tied under the roof.
Drax is just hovering along.
No, that's
with
where
us
the point is. The point's on the roof.
wondering
I wanna
where
point out-
the fucking
You're
horse
sharing.
got a car.
The horse has a car.
Yes.
So in the word of the spell, you have a supernatural bond
With your
which is
car.
considered expertise while you drive it. You're essentially you could essentially create a Ghost Rider effect here.
I was thinking more carry. Not carry.
Chitty Chitty
oh,
Bang
what's
Bang?
the other one? No.
Herb?
Herbie.
Not
Herbie the
Herbie.
Love Bug?
The Knight
What's,
Rider.
what's the Stephen King
Knight
one?
Rider.
Oh,
Oh, that one.
Oh, The Shining.
Christine.
No, not Christine. That's
No.
Christine, yeah. I was thinking you were going Kit for a while, actually.
Or the Mystery Machine.
gonna give you a plate for now.
Plate!
How big is your car?
Large.
Well, it's big enough just to carry everybody who's not on the Hydras.
I'm gonna make it huge just for convenience.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to make it easy for you to move it around if you want.
I never thought I'd have to look up DnD SUV. An SUV is large, right? Apparently, yes, SUVs in DnD are size large.
That's a sports utility vehicle.
Going to official sources. What the fuck? Why did I have? That is the first step I had to look that up.
There you go, Drax can just fly. Alright, so everyone piles into this car.
Yeah. Well, on
Into
the
the
good point,
space.
if we hit water, I can turn it into
Your
a
boat!
boat.
You've got the toy boater from Top Gear.
Zormir's just looking back and going, when did the horse get a
If
bloody
you-
car?
Have you is that the
I
weirdest
have a
thing
name,
you've seen?
Zormir.
Is that seriously the weirdest thing you've seen today?
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
Yes, maybe.
Alright, it comes to the morning of travel. You've prepared everything you have. Alvina's been having weird dreams. You set about your final preparations. The professor is, as you kind of get the Hydras out into the crash site and getting ready to head off, professor kind of looks around at the two Hydras and, wonders to themselves that were they supposed to have brought a car out for this? And then Gwen just kind of looks around.
up.
Well, actually, Gwen, describe to me where and how this car shows up.
Okay, so in my head, it kind of slides out of the bottom of the saddlebag, so it comes like a weird backwards Optimus Prime transformer thing, just slides out to the side, so there's wheels along the side, and then it starts stretching back. Optimus Prime transforming in reverse, weirdly. That's how I describe it.
It's Gwen doing this, so none of the party has also seen this. So, unbeknownst to everyone, apart from Gwen, Gwen just materializes this fully, kind of all-tombed, Fae-designed, sci-fi car on wheels with moving legs. This full sci-fi car with a Fae design and finish to it. Just out of her back.
I mean, how did you think I escaped? I had to get fast away.
I thought you
Quicker
ran.
away than this.
I thought you ran, to
Oh,
be
this-
honest.
This is quicker.
Cool. By the way, I just want to say I put the most cursed image in the Discord. Just I win
Yeah, I've
cursed for the
seen
day.
Oh my word!
I love the frog legs. So good. Little
Those are
froggy boy.
human legs.
There's a
Yeah, the human legs are so good.
I hate it, yet I love it.
So good.
Yeah.
I literally just looked in Gift's car with legs and went, well, that's the one.
I mean,
now just pop.
it could be like this.
Okay.
Yes, well, we'll get a car for next week. But for now, the party is geared up and ready to go as you all just squeeze into the back of this car.
Road trip.
Two Hydras up front leading the way, and Aboleth floating above. Professor, when you do confront Drax and asking him, what did you say to Junior? Drax makes it very apparent that he's not going to tell you anything without cost, and that was a private deal. And if you want to know anything more, you are going to have to give him something of value.
What do you require? What does a creature like you require from me that you
Knowledge.
cannot gain yourself?
He wants access to your mind and an understanding of your abilities.
Denied. That would be too
Fair
great
enough.
a security risk to myself.
He
and these
accepts.
people.
He is fine with you denying him.
He doesn't
Apologies. Upon
No,
the
he
occasion of
completely
my
agrees
death,
it's
you may-
fair, but if you're not willing to pay the cost, he's not going to give you the reward.
Upon the occasion of my death, you may harvest my consciousness. Only if you do not cause.
What if he's the cause?
That seems a fair trade.
Maybe that was a little bit of bookkeeping we had to finish up there. With that, the party is ready to continue. As you guys are kind of traveling south, the best direction if you are heading towards both where Junior is, but also south straight out, the quickest way to Ironcore would be to go back through the crash site until you get to the southern bit, but we'll get to that in a moment. As you kind of come through the pass site, would you like to stop at the crash site and investigate for any trails of who or what may have taken your Void Arcanite propellers? As this is where they would have been taken from.
I'd say if it's the same direction, we
That
should
may
do
be
it.
a good idea.
If it,
Get out and investigate. Yeah.
if it's in the same direction, we could spend like 5 minutes doing it.
Oh.
Well, and a proper investigation
Goes-
would take more than 5 minutes, maybe like 10, 20 at least.
Yeah.
I'll do-
I was going to say 15 minutes. I'll scout around with my magnifying glass.
I was in character, and Alvina doesn't know how to count, so.
Also for travel mechanics, each of the maps is obviously, while it's to scale for combat, is technically bigger in terms of traveling, so it will take you about maybe an hour or two to kind of travel through each maps. There are a couple maps for each hex for kind of as you go south. Obviously, there'll only be maps for the interesting areas.
We also, with my cartographer's tools and my map equipment, would we move at an increased pace, perhaps? So
Nope.
we wouldn't get lost, maybe?
I mean, we'd still only be able to
Oh
move
yeah, I was already assuming that you knew where you were going.
No, that's fair. Cool. I will investigate crash site.
Al-
33.
Alvina goes, there's definitely tracks on this wall.
Cool. I just need to know where the party was stopping at this location or to continue on. Cool, so the party kind of steers up you with your Hydra, Sally, Susie, and Gregor. Kind of post up, just kind of, I imagine just kind of at the front as you hop off and double back, and the car kind of pulls up into the area. The party is free to disembark and explore the crash site to their leisure.
I'm guessing I know what I'm
When-
looking for the.
Gwen's not looking at the crash site, just keeping a general watch on what's going on
On the
around
car.
every other
Yeah.
way, apart from the crash site, because everybody else is focusing on it.
Jesus,
Oh,
Gwen.
fair.
DM, I have a question.
What is? Yes.
So, my whole story for why I showed up late was that I was just in a room in the airship this whole time.
Yes.
Would I have noticed something in my room in the airship that could
What
help?
depends. Remind me, did we go with you were unconscious or you were so focused on repairing your instrument?
I was
that
so
you
focused on
He's
repairing the
focused,
instruments
yeah.
that I just didn't
It
notice.
was also in the wall room as well.
Yeah, you were in the wall room. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the.
And it was the back propeller they
Ooh.
stole.
Go ahead and give me a history check to see if anything comes to mind or if you were just too focused to even notice propellers getting stolen off your ship.
Oh, is this a crash site, GM? This here.
This area.
That's
here,
Nothing.
Since Alvina got a
Hey,
natural.
the first one. It was in that one. I was just.
Just flashback to the point, just hearing grinding, crunching sounds coming from outside and going, "Hey, keep it down out there,
No!
Mirror."
No,
No, I was here
no.
standing crunching go. Oh, that's not right. I need to fix that.
Yeah,
And
no, I
just
was.
continue working on the instruments.
No, I thought you'd be going like this. It's like,
It's
oh, that
cheese.
doesn't sound right. I really shouldn't have eaten those tacos yesterday.
You would have heard
Damn
it
that
less.
Taco Tuesday.
You would
Damn
have heard it
Alvina's
less if
cooking.
he's in a muffled room as well. If he's in a wool
He's in a
room,
woolen room, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
Chris, since Alvina got such a bad roll on a check to check at the crash site, can Alvina just like have climbed up here with Susie and just be investigating this tower instead and just be in the complete wrong area?
If you climb up to the tower,
Shit's not over
eventually,
here.
with your passive perception, you catch sight of a outpost guard in Marauder gear for salvage, just hiding from you among the tower as this Hydra climbs up to it.
Hello?
See
But
the
yes,
shit.
I mostly needed to see where everyone was doing. So Wolfie's climbing up the tower.
Terrifying the residents.
Zormir, were you getting down to investigate the crash site, weren't you, with the professor?
yeah, because I know what.
Cool.
I was doing that as well.
Yep.
what the propeller is made of and what kind of stuff would
I
come
need
off it.
everyone who's investigating to give me an investigation check first. You'll be looking for various things depending on your background. But we'll get to that depending on if you actually notice anything for your category first.
Should I be pretending to look for clues, but actually just be looking for shinies to pocket? Like if there's any good shit.
Absolutely, give me an investigation check as well.
I rolled a 20.
I rolled a 33.
What?
Guidance is a bitch.
How does one get a 33?
Plus 13 with guidance.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Hard rolled 19's pretty good. How'd you get advantage, by the way?
I have a special thing.
Cool. Natural 20 for assassin!
Oh no.
You find another one of Alvina's crowbars. I'm not kidding, that's what we found here last time.
Give her a chip of the broken blade.
Alright, let's go in order then. Zormir, as you're kind of looking around, you find traces or kind of scorches of where the Void Arcanite propellers dug into the rubble and ruin. Now, while the Void Arcanite wouldn't have been damaged by this, just because Arcanite is by nature incredibly sturdy and difficult to break or work with, it would have left trace elements of arcane particles kind of scraped along it, almost like a little bit like stone against stone. You kind of get that chalk effect, but there'll be a slight kind of hint of purple chalk kind of scraped against it.
Rub my finger off it and lick it. Yep. That's
Definitely Void Arcanite, yep.
Oh man, that ain't right.
So this is definitely the Void Arcanite, definitely came down here as it scraped across it. So you get a focused area of where, kind of in the rubble, the Arcanite actually was. And as you're kind of looking around, you can kind of see scrapes along the outer walls where clearly something rushly was kind of... something kind of dragged or kind of hit it off, but it's not. You don't find drag marks along the ground. It appears to be kind of high up in the walls themselves, maybe about kind of 7 to 8 feet up at the edges of these walls, as if it kind of smacked against the walls as they were being kind of lifted out.
So, I would have been with my role looking at what could have taken, like, looking for.
Yep, and we'll get to that in a moment for footprints.
Creature indicators, yeah.
Which is what your category was going to be. With that, you'd have a more kind of better idea of what that was. That would technically give you advantage, but you already had advantage, and you already rolled ridiculously. As you follow from Zormir's path and get to the kind of ground area, it is packed earth, so it isn't the greatest for imprints. But even then, with the weight of these propellers on their backs, there is a bit of sunken area where it's difficult to see. But with your investigation check, go ahead and give me a nature check. Well, first of all, you get that they are large footprints of a large creature. And that they appear to be... they are bipedal. There are two sets. There are sets of two. There appears to be multiple creatures that were here. It looks like whatever they were carrying was heavy. You get that just from investigation. For the creature itself, I'm going to need a nature check.
Oh, damn. Nature. Guidance again. Oh, shit. Damn, it would have been the...
That would be flat roll.
Didn't mean to roll
11.
Advantage. It would have been the first one. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
11.
11.
If they're the Ultimed Society, those dudes aberrations, it would have been advantage.
They were not, and also you'd be pretty sure that most Ultimed entities hover or fly. But what you do get is that they appear to be humanoid footprint of a large category, with clawed toes.
Clawed toes.
But because of the kind of generic nature of large footprint with claws, unfortunately you didn't roll high enough to determine the specific subspecies of large humanoid.
So trolls are humanoid technically.
With the high-ass investigation, did I find any, like, toenail things in these cracks or any? Because if they were
no
literally
toenails, but
ripping
there
things
is
apart,
a
they would have left
path.
hair, maybe.
There is a path that leads south.
I'll Aragorn that shit and just head in that direction. And see if
Oh,
there are.
I
any-
should also clarify, when I say humanoid, I mean not the category type.
Okay.
So humanoid or giant.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, human shaped.
Human shape. Yeah.
Five toes,
I was wondering.
longish.
Five
Yeah.
Let me
people.
count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that looks like 5 toes.
One leg, two heads, a couple of dozen noses.
You'd have no idea about the heads or
Those are
noses.
humanoids.
All you know is that they have 5 toes with human feet,
And claws.
or human-like feet.
I'd be
Claws.
following it behind them.
Aragorn that shit and just sort of follow it.
That was
gonna
you
say,
two.
Fuck you is sat in the back of Gwent's car, playing with Sod Off.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
You're gonna set the car on fire.
At
Maybe,
minimum.
find out.
At least they
Find
wait
out.
until we were out of the village.
At least wait until you're out of the car.
Next one was the point. What was the point investigating? What would your specialty be?
Music.
Yes,
Sound.
yeah.
Did they
That's the
camp?
thing.
Did they make camp maybe and play instruments?
They did not. Also,
Would you
you
wanna cut
know that
my
there are.
You go ahead.
You'd also know that there are watchtowers for the rebellion nearby that would have reported anything. It's actually strange you aren't aware of any creatures being here, as this landed right in the back door, technically the front yard of the rebellion.
Speaking of people who there's a watchtower here. Hello, random person hiding in this building. Oh, dear.
Jawa.
Don't notice me. Don't notice me. Don't notice me. She's a Hydra. I never said anything about Hydra.
She's fine. What are you hiding for?
Wait, is there a person out there?
Hi, I'm Alvina.
Are you
This is
the
Susan.
Hydra?
Oh yeah, she's my Hydra.
Oh, there's a person fighting the Hydra. Oh my god, they must be so powerful. Calm down. Who are you affiliated with? Please don't say one of the bad guys. Please don't say one of the bad guys.
Assassin whispers up to Alvina, Nunya.
Not one of the bad guys. Mainly because you're not up here, because you're actually investigating the crash site.
Ah, shit, yeah.
I already know
We'll get
so.
to that in a moment too.
Yeah.
We'll get to the roleplay of the guard
Yeah.
in a little bit. As to what the point discovers, what additional information could there be here? Give me an. Let's see. You're an artificer and a bard. You're inherently in tune with the nature. Yeah. Give me an Arcana check.
Good at those.
Yeah, let's just see if you can notice
What the
anything
fuck?
that
Okay. It didn't come up with a number for a second. It was like, you have rolled void.
maybe not directly related to the crash site, but as you're kind of picking this through it and kind of listening, you get this kind of strange feeling as you kind of approach the walls themselves. And as you kind of listen to the walls, unbeknownst to the rest of the party who don't have quite your fine ear, there's an ever so subtle beat through the walls. Slow. Very slow, maybe slower, once per every couple minutes. It'd be almost indistinguishable if it wasn't for the fact that you were kind of paying extra attention for this long.
That's really
But there appears to be some sort of ringing or vibration beat kind of coming through the walls every couple minutes, and it's equal, it's rhythmic, it's uniform.
Heartbeat.
Okay. The point is discovered dubstep.
The
And as you kind of listen more, since you did get, who was it, 20? With a high investigation too. Actually, give me a perception check, see if you can get the direction of it.
I'm less good.
You can
Okay.
kind of hear it vibrating.
Ooh.
Down.
And as you kind of take a couple steps in different locations, waiting out the beats, trying to almost triangulate kind of where roughly it is, it seems to be coming from the west, and
Okay.
quite distance away from the west. It's quite a low energy beat, a very subtle vibration, something that nobody else has picked up, but you, with your more musical inclination and your kind of proficiency with perception and arcana are able to just kind of feel it. And there's a power to the beat that you recognize as a bard. There's magic to the beat. It's almost like a chant or a ritual or something low and slow far off to the west.
Well, that's
So
not
that's what you get for now.
Well, that's not concerning.
The points will think this isn't particularly relevant to what we're doing at the moment, so we'll just file this away and not tell anyone yet.
Underground cultists, maybe.
I mean, I was thinking of the chant from Temple of Doom.
As
Or,
for
yeah.
Lou Grim, unfortunately, I don't think you pick up anything additional here.
I got
Um,
15, so probably not.
You know that there isn't any kind of senses of psionic kind of imprints or anything here. While you can kind of maybe a little bit feel a little bit of magic in this area, you're pretty sure it just would be from the void arcanite propellers and the kind of arcane
Residual.
dust that was kind of risen off in the area. You are confident there's no kind of psionic imprint here, no massive, but as you are kind of in this area, you do, not from this area, but you get kind of weird, almost like hair raising on the towards the kind of southwest as well, depending on where you're actually standing. As you kind of turn around, the hairs on the back of your neck kind of raise in different, either on the left or the right, depending on which way you're turning. But they all seem to be directing towards the west. Of some form of psychic energy, low, but there's enough kind of separate concentrations that you can kind of feel a slight ripple off it, kind of come up to meet you. Just not entirely sure what yet. But with that, we also come.
I was gonna say, I tell the rest of the party that there's some psychic energy coming from over that way.
How
I'm not
far?
sure what it is.
Wait, which direction?
Feels relatively close.
From the west or the
Well,
southwest.
Okay,
let us
southwest
know
is
if
it's
it
not my
gets
sword,
within-
essentially.
Let us know if it gets within
100 yards.
100 feet.
100 yards.
Hang on, this is a psychic.
As bad as it's just my sword.
Is anyone here any sort of monster hunter or tracker?
Yeah? Sorta?
What do you make of these footprints?
I look
Stop
down.
hassling the guard in the tower.
I'm asking questions! I also can see the footprints from here.
Ask them if they saw what creatures did this.
I'm getting to the... I'm trying to make them calm down so they don't think Susie's gonna eat them.
To be fair,
Before we get to that, Assassin, with your nat 20, you immediately hone in on some sort of shiny.
Shiny, shiny.
I got footprints. They got 13 lower than me and get shiny.
They got a nat 20!
God.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
got.
you weren't looking for shiny.
And also, you weren't looking for shinies.
Shiny.
I was specifically looking for shinies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you each had your own category that you could succeed in.
Shiny.
Yeah, I know, but still, I would have liked to have known what the hell made the footprints.
Don't
With
worry, I'll get a
33.
roll on it, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sorry, that's a nature check. Just because you can see them, find them, doesn't mean you know what they are.
That's fair.
It's a footprint.
It's a
Oh, I thought you
footprint.
didn't spend enough
It's
time
big.
studying giants. Or
Or
Oh,
whatever
really?
the creature may
humanoids.
be.
Oh god. Oh, help.
I love, by the way, from my current position, genuinely can see the footprints possibly better than you can.
It's true.
You can see them in more detail.
Kaylee. Pick a random party member that isn't the professor or Gwent.
It's gonna be
Okay.
Alvina again.
Huh. Okay.
Oh,
I'm
'cause-
going to pick. Wait, does it have to be someone I can see?
No. This is for what item
No,
you
this is-
find and who it belongs to.
Yeah, it belongs to.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to have that individual come up with a shiny valuable of theirs that you're going to nick.
Oh, okay.
Who would you like to nick from?
I kind of want to nick from. Who do I know the least about?
Zormir.
Probably Zormir. Yeah, I'll nick something from Zormir.
I was about to say, Zormir's the funniest.
Alright, Bob. I need you to come up with a... It doesn't have to be valuable or anything, it just has to be shiny. A shiny valuable, or a shiny item of prominence from your backstory.
Oh, I know a good one. I'm gonna message you, Bob, one.
You can
For an
either come up with
idea.
it now, or you can come up with it later and we can retcon if you want some time to think about it.
Give us a chance to think about it.
Alright.
I'm sure I can come up with
Then
something.
I assume Assassin is just taking this and not telling anyone about it anyway.
Oh yeah, pretty much. They'll lean over like they're looking for clues, and then the little squid's just gonna pull it into the mouth, and that's where it's gonna stay for a while.
Fair. Then Bob, potentially with the help of Bane, since they sound like they had an idea, will let the party know later what it is that Assassin has secretly stolen from the pile.
You can get
No.
it back for a price.
It's a good one, isn't it? You can't argue it's a good one, Bob.
No. It's got to be something a bit better than that.
It's a good one, though. You can't argue with that.
It has to be shiny, and also it cannot be of a magic item of like significant value. It can be a common magic item, but nothing bigger than that.
Okay.
Ignore
Oh.
the DM. Give me your most powerful
This is not a
item.
time to gain like an extra piece of loot.
It's a Vorpal sword.
No.
The gem from
No,
the top
no, you
of
ha-
the staff of
no,
adornment.
Don't you have like a ton of those just lying about?
Yeah.
Of course. I can have a Vorpal sword. of
Alvina has a
course.
set back home.
Opal kitchen knives.
Vorpal kitchen then.
Oh my god, that means I could have like essentially a Vorpal dagger.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's those Japanese
I-
slicing kitchen knives.
I once
with the
made
really, really sharp blades.
I once made for a joke item a Vorpal potato peeler.
Vorpal slap chop. That's all I'm
as
saying.
Alvina is talking with this guard, and I assume you take on the question of Professor and ask him if he saw anything.
Yeah, Alvina will be looking. Alvina will look down at the tracks first and then ask him.
I can't remember. I'm under a lot of pressure right now. What? He, with disadvantage, got a 3 on his remembering check.
You're fired.
Nah, they're not fired. They'll be fine.
People
meant
who are
from a
fired
cannon.
get fed to the Hydra.
I meant fired from a cannon.
About down there. No, I wasn't on shift when the ship crashed.
Was anyone in this building on shift?
Sounds like a likely story. I bet
no,
he stole the
there's
ship.
only one guard per outpost. That our numbers are few. There are 2 other guard posts though. I don't know if they were on shift, but maybe they'll be able to help you.
Wow, he's really unhelpful. Maybe he stole it. Maybe he's the thief. But he stole it.
Okay, did you see a rock about this size and it just like basically just describe it? It's purplish colour, about yay big, probably carried off by. I look out the window to see what tracks. Can I try and identify what made the tracks?
Give me a nature check. Do you have any relationship with giants?
Not with giants,
I would-
Alvina. Unless
I
there were
would let them
giants
know.
back home.
I would let them
Maybe a
know
love
some
hate
form
relationship.
of giant.
Yeah.
Then it would just be a flat nature check.
Yeah. Unless giants are in the forest in Fantasia, I don't see why I would have known any giants.
You guys get trolls there. I don't know about these type of giants.
It is some form of giant.
Some form of giant, okay?
This will be a decently high. Nope. DC.
1!
Way.
Not a natural one, though.
Would they have advantage with my saying it is some kind of giant, so it narrows it down?
No, they were already looking at it, and it's very obvious it's a giant. It's a human footprint.
Humanoid footprint
Damn.
B.
Unless it's a really big human. I think the answer is giant.
It could be a
Some
very big human, though.
kind of giant with claws.
Yeah, James. I don't know if you realize what you're looking at here. You're looking at a footprint
You're looking at a hole in the
with
ground.
claws.
You're looking literally at a hole in the ground.
It's not exactly the
A
most
human
unique
that
of
needs their
footprints.
toenails cut.
Do you know how many creatures have regular humanoid footprints? It's not like it's got like a back heel or something with like a claw on the back of it. It's just a regular footprint.
Oh man.
Yep.
Would I be able to make
Fortunately, it's
Some kind of giant.
some kind of giant.
It's some kind of giant.
could I make a history check or something? See if it's something I've
Have you arrested them before?
hunted?
Ooh.
Hunted whilst I'm studying.
Oh, I don't know.
the
Do you have a history with giants?
I'll have a history of investigating things and hunting things as
You're a cop.
I
Okay. In which
I
domain?
would have studied different monsters and things.
The one most relevant to this.
Whichever one has large amount of this kind of giant, actually.
Remind me of where you were a cop. Did we establish that?
What's your beat?
It was like Steamforge, wasn't it? Something like that. It was,
Yeah,
it was an artificer city.
Steamforge. So I would have studied the relevant dangers around the area as well.
That's intriguing.
It will be a high DC, but there's a possibility that this creature does have urban connections. So go ahead and give me a history check, but this will be a high DC of, let's say, 21.
Guidance.
It's very unlikely that you are on the exact case where this creature might be involved,
Guidance.
but it's not impossible given the nature of this creature.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you can have
Could
guidance.
it- Kaylee, what if it's
No
an
chance.
It doesn't matter if you get guided or not.
I just go off
but
on a
my
long.
guidance is a D20.
Then you're cheating.
Oh.
Probably.
I just ramble off a bunch of different giants that I know, and no, can't think. Nope, they all.
No, it was not Jeff from accounting. Oh, you are no help at all.
No, it can't be that giant. I
Follow.
ripped its feet off, remember?
Continue following the tracks.
So,
To
Uh,
let the
what's-
professor know, me standing at the crash site, that psychic energy's 100 feet.
Oh, so it's getting closer.
Why
Is
the
it-
psychic energy 100? Is that a question?
James wanted to know when it was within 100 feet.
It is not within 100 feet.
I was about to say, is it my
okay.
sword?
It's not your sword. You can continue following the trail, but this will essentially you'll be going back into travel mode here. So are you content with investigating this whole area? The footprints will lead literally off the map.
I'm gonna.
Oh, right. Okay, if they're leading off the map, I
Yeah.
thought it would lead to like a cave or something nearby that would then lead underground.
It might, but it leads onto the map. It's far enough away.
Cool. Then on the ride, I will be watching.
It is not within
following
60 feet of you, no.
Yeah, I'll be watching and following the
But
tracks.
that's
and
fine. But I
engaging.
need to know if everyone else is content.
I'm basically gonna ask the guard if they've seen anything noteworthy since they started their shift.
I don't know. I only
That's alright,
showed
then.
up. I only went on shift at sunrise like 2 hours ago.
Ah!
I guess I saw a hydra and a woman riding a hydra.
Yeah, she's adorable, isn't she? Now scratch Susie under the
You
chin.
saw nothing of the sort.
Because the copycat's after us.
There's another set of people.
She's not that dumb! I mean, it's not that dumb. I think. Give me a second.
Just as smart as you, man.
Give me a second. There's another set of people.
So even if Alvina is that dumb or not, the point does say that.
Hey guys, there's more than just hydras. We should be careful.
Guard attempts to explain, but you've already like accepted the conclusion.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
nice meeting you. I slap the guard in the back, possibly denting whatever armor they're wearing.
Tell him to keep his eyes open.
Eyes
You broke its spine.
forward. No, I'm not. You want me that hard? I hope they're wearing armor. If they're not, it might have broken the spine.
They'll be wearing the Marauder leather or Marauder like half plate leather.
It'll only,
Big bruise on his
it'll
back.
only mildly buckled the armor.
Not half plate.
Permanently
Like height.
lowers his
Oh,
AC
he's wearing
by 2.
medium armor.
So yeah, remember, keep your eyes open, and if you see a purple guy, the way to deal with him is you tear his helmet off and shove it down his throat, okay?
He's gonna get a tighter fitting helmet now.
Avina, are you done terrifying that person over there? Can
I'm
we move on?
instructing them! But yeah,
Let us
In
just
how
go
to be
Have a nice day.
scared.
But you have the option of either asking the guards at the other two outposts or continuing following the footprints of the large creatures that appear to have potentially taken the Void Arcanite propellers.
Does this watchtower look like it has line of sight on the crash site?
No, we'll look over this area here.
Then I think
Similar with these.
Then I
The
think probably
question
not.
is this going to take us off course?
Not by much.
Technically, no, because your direction, of course, is south. You can either go straight south or southeast. They both will twist and turn either way. And the trail, which, let me just get a little freehand line here. We'll do a little yellow. We're going to do a little footprint trail here. I
Just
believe
cut
this one
here.
goes south. There you go, footprints.
So the psychic
it
energy
will go
is
directly
from the
south.
southeast to the trail.
Oh, wait a
goes
minute, I've
south.
just realised something. Do I have that yet?
Yes.
Giant footprints.
It's almost like you're in a sandbox and there's just a bunch of side shit.
Are there any
Alright,
animals in the area that I can notice?
There appears to be strange cactus-like creatures among these reeds and thorns that you've yet to interact with.
They probably
Drink the
Whether or not
juice.
they define as creatures, we'll find out.
they probably don't count as beasts, even if they would.
No, I'm pretty sure they'd be plants, mate.
Yeah, that's
Can
right.
anybody talk with plants?
Alvina can talk with animals.
Let's
Oh,
call it-
I'm going to use my apparatus, my arcane apparatus, for the first time to attempt to cast a spell I don't know and cast Speak with Plants.
I am very much away from the professor right now, I wish to point out. I know fireballs on that list.
Wolfie might know, but you don't.
Alvina just would be away from you anyway.
So Speak with Plants is level 3, so I need to roll an Arcana check DC 16.
Natural one.
Guidance.
Natural one.
Shut up, you asshole.
Oh, there you go.
Dirty 20, thank goodness. So I managed to cast Speak with Plants. Had I failed that, let's just see.
Yeah, what would it have rolled?
happened Had I failed that?
That's fireball, isn't it? No, one's fireball.
It's, oh my god, I would have cast it there. I would have keeled over.
I just had a stroke.
Dormir would have just kept on following the tracks up on the top until it came to a conclusion.
Well, that's fine, but you can make that decision when you get to the split roads here, where I ask the party which direction they'd like to go in.
Yeah.
But first, while you're passing the thing, you can attempt to approach one of the cactus-like creatures. For those who want a visual, it's literally the cactus-like creatures from Final Fantasy.
And it's Cactuar, right?
Oh, they are cactus.
Yep.
It's Cactuar.
At least it's not a Tombury.
I mean, Cactuar's pretty bad.
If it does 1,000 needles. A Tombury will straight up kill you if it stabs you.
But, Professor, you apparently really need to convince the party to slow down and wait for you as you're going off to do this, as they seem
That's fine,
adamant of
I'll-
going ahead.
I'll dash fly afterwards.
I'm not talking to a cactus.
Greetings, plants.
Wow,
I have
racist.
How close do you approach to the cacti?
I don't get within 10 feet of them, so I'm gonna say 11 feet away.
All right, 11 feet away. Okay. How do you approach them? Do you casually saunter up? Do you attempt to stealth up on them?
I'm going to. Well, I'm not gonna stealth up on them. I'm going to
Sneak up on a plant.
I'm going to roll a nature check to see if I know anything about these plants. Would that be allowed?
Yeah, they are. You are a native here, and these are native pests to the desert areas. Go for it.
This is how the professor walks up.
10. You are aware that the cacti are incredibly kind of untrusting and hostile by nature. They have survived primarily from attacking anything that gets even remotely close within 30 feet of them. And that unless you are disguised or dressed like a plant, they will immediately attack anything that moves.
So, oh my god, this is perfect. One of my common items that I picked, along with the rope of mending and wand of conducting, was a masquerade tattoo. So, upon getting closer to these plants and eyeing them up, I go, and then immediately my arms sort of, there's, well, it's like it's a tattoo, but it's more like soldering along the arms, just sort of begins looking green, and I sort of sprout leaves on my arms, and I pull from a chest cavity a small, like, head brush thing, and I essentially, I'm casting disguise self, but it looks the same sort of rubbish kind of costume as you would find in a primary 3 play of a kid wearing a tree costume.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a performance check with advantage.
No, not performance. Oh no.
Well, how much you got a
See
negative?
how
for
well
that?
you act the part.
Oh no.
You'll win the Oscar for this. Acting as a tree.
Play as plant.
Plants.
Double that
I need
one
to ask.
somehow.
Go, there you go.
Plants. Is that concentration? Can I cast guidance?
Probably is concentration, I imagine. Honestly.
It probably is as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it probably is.
Bob the Druid would know.
Actually, what is it? Alter Self.
See, plants. It is not concentration. It just does last 10 minutes.
Oh, nice.
So I will guidance.
Holy shit! These guys are CR7.
So,
Good luck.
I found a Cactuar D&D stat book. Let's do this.
I'm not surprised they
I'll
exist, to
cast
be honest.
guidance on myself. It's not deception, is it?
Nope, it's performance. You gotta act like a tree. You gotta act like a cacti.
Leaf! Act like a tree and leaf!
Instead of +5, I have a -1. Let's do this.
-1, oh god.
A dirty 20.
Alright, yeah.
Thank God it wasn't a 0.
Yeah, I'm about to say, thank god it wasn't
No, I
just...
still think your acting's a bit wooden.
Oh,
Get out.
yeah, no. Just for the puns, I would definitely want to thank the point for bringing more puns to the group. This is great.
As the party is leaving the professor, a couple of you look back to the professor now disguised as a really kind of obvious tree, and yet they're also like doing cactus movements towards the cactus creatures.
They're moving like the
Drink
cactuars.
It'll quench you.
They're on one leg, just bouncing forwards.
As you approach Professor, the other cactus creatures stop and watch
This
as
is
you
where
approach.
you find out secondary that they're also highly territorial and you're not off their path.
They're really aggressive against other types of plant, and you're dressed as a tree. So they're the arch rivals.
But to be fair, they let you approach. They don't attack you. And one of them even takes a step forward to greet you, kind of just doubling over and bowing.
Hello, fellow shrub.
Hello. I also bow, I guess.
Now you said you had speak with plants up, so what would you like to ask them?
I'm essentially doing a ordnance survey of this area, and I asked them if they saw the creatures that came through, and also know, because they're in tune with the land, they must feel the psychic energy that we were told about. So ask maybe about the psychic energy, and just mention I'm passing through. I'm gonna help them if I can, and if there's anything they need as well, because helping others from a wandering plant, you need to do in order to gain the help of plants themselves.
Alright, so first things first, let's see if they remember anything, if they were paying attention. They tell you that. No, I'm pretty sure they would catch on if you were casting in front of them. And also, I don't think it would matter here.
Spell.
That's fair.
That's true.
But more importantly, got a 4 anyway. They were not aware of what it is you refer to. They don't tend to pay attention to anything that doesn't come near them, and there was no creatures or anything as of late that has disturbed their presence. There was a commotion the other day to the kind of north. It appeared that some flesh bags were battling. And there was a great deal of noise and commotion, and they were disturbing their water supply that they didn't like. They asked that you, if you do want to help them, if you could eradicate all flesh bags in the vicinity, that would be great.
They're like Bender.
No, wouldn't actually.
They're like Bender, these things. Like, kill all the humans, you know?
Yeah.
Just kill
Do
them
not worry. Do not worry. All the flesh bags will be eradicated.
Down with the flesh bags.
As for questions about the psychic energy, they seem to dismiss that as, that's just the usual parade of specters flooding the area.
Spectre corpse.
Cross is probably looking for someone.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I think the professor's circuit's gone. Let's just leave him.
Yeah. The professor's integrating with the natives. Don't worry about it. Let's just leave.
I will
yes.
give them some thing.
Fertilizer.
But even as you guys, as the rest of the party reaches the crossroads, it's been like maybe half an hour, 40 minutes, especially if you're kind of searching around the area as you eventually get here. As you get to the crossroads, for a moment, you see Drac kind of looking over to the west, kind of looking at the psychic energy. Kind of looks back at the party, and you just hear a slight low whistle of, "Ooh, yeah, you really pissed him off, didn't ya?"
That's the way to the tower, isn't it?
Yes, this is the direction that you guys originally came from, with the Tower of Cross and Bones in it.
Oh, yeah, Alvina was asking that to Drax specifically as well, but yeah. Let's go.
I wouldn't wanna... Actually, Drax would actually have an incentive here to give you this piece for free, because he did get captured.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of let him out on this
Let's
one.
there.
Of all the people, it's Alvina saying this. He's already seen her.
I'll give you this one for free. Let's not go west unless you're ready to deal with some ghosts.
Yeah, let's go that way, following the footprints, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the footprints were leading
today.
now.
Yep. Let's go that way. Now.
Alright, and you're going to the southern map. 1 second, I actually uploaded the southern map yet. So, as you guys are heading south, it will take you kind of 10-20 minutes of following these footprints. Go ahead and give me, whoever has the highest modifier, a survival check to track the prints. So anyone who has proficiency in tracking in kind of a mountainous terrain, this would count as.
I don't have any
advantage like that.
I don't have advantage or anything, but I do have 5. My score is not bad for survival.
+6.
Mine's +4.
+3, yeah.
+5.
Nice.
I have people to
Everybody's
do that.
better than me.
Probably except the professor who has to play catch up.
Yeah.
But first,
Yeah, I've done a thing already, so someone else did.
It'd be me and Gwent then. So, because Gwent has 5 as well, right? So do it. Do I roll? It's better than a natural 1.
Yeah.
It's not a 6, so it's a 12. It's an okay one.
You fucking people. I'll leave you alone to chat up some weeds. One time,
Yeah.
and you lose your fucking way.
Yeah, your 12
I'm
isn't
gonna get
terrible.
I'm gonna get there, and it's gonna be like, who the fuck are these fucking guys? I told them go.
I'm gonna
Oh
expend-
no.
I'm gonna expend a flash of genius to give him a 15 on that.
Okay, I'll take a 15. Chris?
Let's
Oh, there he is.
get you guys up on the map here. Just setting up the next thing here. Gotta get rid of all this yellow now. Accidentally taking the yellow with it. Nope, I may have accidentally deleted someone. Oh well. Well, you guys have picked up some yellow in your car.
It's just
Brum brum.
Assassin wet the seat.
They want
I mean,
it to be
does
moist.
Assassin do any like acid damage or anything like that?
Look, all you know is the seat's wet. What it is, you're yet to determine. All you just know is that it's damp now.
And I've already passed on the item for Assassin. They know what they have.
Yes, I know what shiny trinket I now have.
The one I suggested, by the way, since I know Bob's not picked it, was unless you have picked it, Bob, which I
Nope,
assume you have.
didn't pick it.
Yeah, it was his police badge. I thought that'd be just very funny to have Assassin going around just like showing a police badge and like open up, it's the cops.
I mean, Assassin wouldn't know what it was really.
They might
Yeah,
be.
I'd have to ask other
no,
party
she's still
members
the
what it is, and even then, like I know Kaylee knows what this item is, but Assassin wouldn't. Like the item is kind of sentimental, so
Yeah,
I
but
don't think like my character won't know
Surely
what it is. It's just
Assassin
like
would
it's
just
nice.
go flashing it around to everybody.
I was thinking if it
Oh,
was
yeah.
a police badge, it would be like ask Alvina. It's like, oh, it's the sign of the pigs.
I thought it was the sound of the police.
Whoop, whoop.
But yes, you guys arrive. If I actually move the map along, how?
Yep.
You
Is
guys
this supposed
arrive.
to look like an eye?
Maybe. Who knows?
So maybe.
No.
I poke it.
That's my
Maybe.
Oh, there's dead bodies. in
As
the
you
water.
guys,
Oh shit.
as you,
Fine.
the only thing worse than alive bodies is the dead bodies at the site.
I just zoomed out and saw
as
the
you
whole
arrive
picture.
south, you're getting over an hour of traveling at this point. You eventually, especially because there's some travel time in between the maps, as you arrive south and kind of come out into this next large expanse of area, this kind of large clearing in between the Titan Stone, you actually lose the trail, I believe. Although there was a second roll, wasn't there?
Got
What was
15.
a 15?
Yeah, Flash, Zormir,
Flash your genius.
Flash your genius.
I would have just basically
Okay.
pointed at the tracks or something.
No, that's fair. Then you were able to continue with the tracks, not having lost them. The tracks seem to continue south, and then you kind of lose sight of them as they go around this massive wall standing about 60 feet tall, and it seems to be a slightly different color than the rest of the Titan Stones. Whereas the Titan Stone is fairly kind of chalk white, or at least limestone kind of white. This massive kind of wall, curved wall, appears to have almost a maroon or dark blood color to it. You kind of see a little bit of porousness in the rocks, kind of similar to the worm that you previously fought, but rather than I think the slight lilac coloring to it, this one appears to have almost soaked in blood and dried. But that's all you can see from this vantage point. How would you like to approach the situation? You can see some corridors kind of leaving off and
With
down
serious
south.
caution.
Yeah.
With Alvina's sight, you can see there appears to be kind of these little valleys carved into about 120 feet towering bits of Titan stone, and each of the passages are just covered wall to wall in this strange web-like substance that you can see it, but you aren't quite able to kind of determine what it is from this distance.
So we're not going in there.
Yeah, Alvina's gonna do the first thing. It's like, right, that wall's made of a similar kind of material as the worm. So she's gonna ride up to it casually, drawing her new sword, and is just gonna go, just in case, and just gonna slash the wall with the crystal sword.
Alright, you do so. Give me an attack roll.
Oh, and also see what I was going to attempt to see if the mounts would even get close to the stuff.
To the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't seem to like rear away, or there's nothing like obviously kind of or any aura coming off it or anything, or any scent or anything. They don't seem to. They kind of regard it like any of the other stone.
A 15 to hit.
I actually think the 15 misses, or not so much misses, but as you kind of strike across it, the actual, while it looks porous, it seems to have quite a sturdy kind of solidness to it, to the point where the angle that you're coming in at, you actually just kind of glance off it without making much of a mark. There's like, it's like scraping into it. You definitely kind of scorched it a little bit, but you haven't actually properly managed to get a good solid hit in to deal any damage or break it in any way. This wall
Just see
appears to be
some sparks
deceptively
flying.
strong.
That's actually fine, because Alvina's just gonna stare at the wall, and if it doesn't move, she goes, "It's probably not a worm."
It does not move.
It's not a mimic.
It hasn't. It's not a mimic. Bang! So damn, if that had hit 24
Thanks
damage
for
on
that,
a one-handed
Alvina.
swing. It's not a mimic, guys. Right.
But you've only approached, I assume, the kind of back off this
Yeah.
wall. You actually aren't even aware of like the dead bodies yet.
Yeah, Alvina would have just walked
Those
up to
dead
like here.
bodies?
No, there's no dead bodies.
Yeah,
I'll
let's-
probably do what Alvina's doing and walk up with a
Car continues driving down behind you.
Everybody out of the car.
Alvina would get into like
over here.
here
Is it
or
a
so.
con car?
Just
Are we
enough.
there yet?
gonna step off.
Yeah, Alvina would get like
Step.
to here, and then because she's got line of sight for a couple of these bodies now, and just go.
We've now discovered that the reason why the seat keeps getting wet is because Assassin gets really bad car sickness.
Oh.
I empathise with that as someone who also gets car sick.
I mean, it
I
is her
pour
first
Assassin
experience
some
with a car.
mayonnaise out to assuage the. I don't know if mayonnaise will help with car sickness, but the point thinks it does.
Makes it worse.
Like
The point has never been in a car before.
You've been in a
I
plane.
think most of the party haven't.
Yeah.
But Alvina, are you stealthing in any way, or attempting to get Susie to be stealthing in any way?
When
Or are you
she
just kind of riding forward?
when she gets to like there, she'll just straight up stop because she can see if their bodies are like visible to her there. Then
Yes, they are floating on the oily substance.
And then she'll like just put her hand up to stop for everybody.
I've stepped off the mount now. I'm gonna, because I was gonna try and use my laser sword to try and carve a chunk out of this rock and see if there's anything different about it.
Alvina would have put her hand up for like quiet, essentially.
Alright, go ahead and give me an
Fucking
attack
is
on this rock, Zormir.
Fuck, he was feeding one of the oil flasks to set off.
Oh god, it's gonna explode.
You go boom.
I think you hit it.
Better have a 25.
You've not actually hit it. You missed. So.
No, I'm pretty sure it hits. I just need to double check health points and stuff for objects.
Oh, by the way, just for reference, Gwent,
Correct.
because you're standing exactly there. If this just starts, if Zombie starts combat, you aren't surprised.
Good.
Everyone else is, but Zombie,
Yeah, typical Zormir.
Zombie, me, and Gwent, and the Hydras are not surprised.
There'll be necrotic damage. That have any effect on it?
For once, that may not actually be a bad thing.
As this happens, can I cast Fly on myself, please, and Iron Man my way up and have a glance at the surroundings, so I have a bird's eye view, as it were, in case anything charges out of these side passages, please. Or that,
Yeah, sure.
is that a pool of water?
There's a pool of the oily substance that is prominent in these locations.
Cool.
Go on
Because
to
we
that.
don't know what resides in that.
Dead bodies.
Dead bodies. But more importantly, let's do this in order. Zormir, you do hit. I don't believe necrotic has. I don't think it has any. Mostly just objects don't tend to have damage vulnerabilities.
Immune to psychic.
So
is
it
most
does
objects.
regular damage.
31.
And let me. If you're breaking off a chunk of it, with 31 necrotic, I think that is sufficient to like tear a chunk out if you want. Yeah, you're able to kind of cut through it. You really like plant your feet and you go straight through the material, and with all the kind of weight and pressure behind your actual blade, it slices through the material. And the material is incredibly sturdy, but you're able to still kind of push past it and carve yourself out a little kind of handheld chunk if you'd like.
And I'll pick up the chunk.
As you do so, it's actually given how kind of sturdy it is, it's actually surprisingly light. Do you have any? Do you have proficiencies with smith tools?
Yes.
Give me I guess investigation check, some sort. Give me an intelligence check with proficiency for your smith tools.
So this is an intelligence check with proficiency.
Yep.
Wow.
Plus.
Well, I guess the question is, do you have proficiency with your smith tools or expertise with your smith tools? Because I know you can actually pick expertise on a couple of these.
So currently it's a 12, by the way.
I have proficiency in...
No expertise then.
Okay, yeah, that's what she's asking. Because if you had expertise, then add expertise to this. Effectively, you're making a smith's tools check.
It's a 12.
Or at least like a kind of knowledge based on your smithing knowledge. A 12. This definitely, given the kind of sturdiness of this, while it does appear to be a rock of some variety, it's quite a lightweight, sturdy rock, and it almost has kind of metallic or metal properties. There's definitely quite some interesting uses. You've never seen anything like this from old Alterra. And there's probably some metals similar to it that would probably have similar connotations, but this isn't metal, this is rock. It just seems to have a very lot of sturdy, kind of resilient and lightweight nature to it, but that's the best you can tell of a 12.
And I add read it with a flash of genius as I turn it over in my hand to get it from different angles to see
Ask the
any
point.
other.
Is that covering up to a 15, right?
Yeah, because it gives a +3.
It gives you intelligence again.
Okay. As you're kind of thinking it over, you wouldn't probably be able to smith it. You would need some other method to potentially kind of mold it to a usable form. But given how kind of thin and lightweight it is, this stone might have similar properties to mithril.
Mithril rock. It's myth rock.
So I wouldn't think it would be anything to do with tinkers or it would probably be masonry. I think would.
Ask the point. This is the one time the dwarf stone check would actually be useful.
Yeah. Point.
Yes.
Do you want to come over
Alvin
here
is
and
literally
have a
just
look
going like, quiet.
The
Why?
point wanders over, looks at the rock, goes, yeah, it's a rock. And then if I look at it more closely, can I work out anything else about it?
I believe the dwarf thing gives you advantage on history check to do with stone.
Okay.
It's clean
So-
useless is what it is.
Give me a history check with advantage to do with stone to see if you can determine any architectural nature to this.
It's
Okay.
stone.
Natural 20, come on.
Yeah. I can't work out how to do
Click
advantage on this, so I'm just going to roll.
You
Yeah,
press control.
If it's D&D Beyond, it's shift.
21.
Yeah,
Okay.
shift.
21.
This is my favorite part of RuneScape, you know? Just mining all the mithril, and then making armor out of it and upping our smith stats so we can go fight whatever it is. Oh no, wait, we're playing another thing.
Look, you got a lot of world
We'll
building
not
and
get-
lore going on here.
Yeah,
I know.
Make
Call
an
that
armor
last
piece then, James.
yeah. Alvino would also be doing towards Zormir, like, the dead bodies sign, which I'm sure she's done before. It's like a...
I'm gonna cast
Can,
message.
can
to
Assassin
you
just
and
be
say, Have
poking?
you seen these dead bodies here?
Can Assassin just be poking one of the dead bodies with a stick in the background while this is all going on?
And went,
Roll a medicine check.
It's dead.
It's like, Yep, they're
Literally
dead.
just poking and just being like, I think they're dead. I think
Wait.
they're dead. What? 1 minute, I need to check, and just like keeps poking harder. Yeah, I think they're dead.
Fuck
One's
you,
in the water.
says to Assassin going, poke him in the eyes, it's squishy.
Alright, right, cool. I just pokes and then hands over and go, can you check they're dead? And hands a stick over to fuck you.
Jabs the stick straight through the eye. Yeah, dead.
Fucking
Who knows?
them.
But I'm gonna give you the knowledge anyway. Let's not do that. As you're looking at this rock, there doesn't appear to be any structural nature to it. It's incredibly organic, and actually, as you're looking at this, if somebody did build this, then they had a very heavy focus on organic architecture, because it's almost like a kind of the way it weaves and the kind of porous nature of it is almost like a beehive in the kind of construction technique. Maybe not as symmetrical or even, but or even just the kind of way a natural kind of chasms form, or kind of natural air pockets and bread may rise. There's something disturbingly organic about how this wall was constructed, to the point where you're not actually seeing any seams or anything. Constructed may not even be the right word. It looks like this rock was grown in some way.
I've just realised what the map looks like.
Yeah.
You've only just noticed that?
I was gonna,
Yeah,
I was gonna
no.
say,
I wasn't
That's
zoomed
why I
out
went,
all the
oh
way.
fuck, earlier.
Yeah.
Because I zoomed out and saw what it looked like.
Yeah, I zoomed out when the professor flew up, and he flies up even further and is starting to regret things.
Yeah.
The point stuck in this one going, yep, that's a beautiful rock, that is. That's got some real artistry to it. I mean, look at this crumb attempts to break it like a loaf of bread. It's still rock.
Careful,
Oh
it
my
can be
god!
washed in there.
I'm just imagining you repeatedly trying to like break it open like bread, and it's just not budging.
Just got a good crumb, this.
Oh, crumbs.
Don't really put effort into this. And then the rock goes in pockets. Hopefully Zormi doesn't ask for it back.
Okay, can I lick the rock?
I was about to say, can I eat the rock?
Can I lick it?
Can I bite
What does
it?
it taste like?
I mean,
Lick check.
why are we
With a
doing
21 AC to attack the rock, you can bite it if you like. I can't say there'll be positive results.
I'll
just
bite
wanna
it
lick
gently.
Are you
Nibble it.
handing that into your pocket? Because I would have been looking at you as I asked the question about the
Yeah.
rock.
22, I bite the rock!
Not stealthing it, he's just putting it in his pocket hoping you don't ask.
Why are you putting it in your pocket?
Oh, yeah, sorry, that was yours, wasn't it?
I bite the rock!
I like rock.
Ang!
I mean, you can have the rock if you want, but...
Oh, good, thank you. Back in pockets.
Do I break it?
Professor, give me a perception check.
Alvina's successfully bit the rock.
At the
by
same
way.
time as well, GM, I'm gonna pull out my wand of wonder and ready action to point and click at the first hostile looking thing that I see.
Alvina.
Perception check. Though.
What you mean other than Alvina?
Yeah, I was about to say
I'm using
Alvina.
that assassin.
Or assassin, yeah, which one's closer?
I am not
I'm just
guidance
a little guy.
Assassin's actually closer.
I cannot perception.
Oh, wait, no.
Assassin and fuck you are currently poking bodies with sticks.
Yeah, I'm just a little guy. I'm just having fun. No need to attack.
Taking violent actions.
I took a violent action
I
against
did
the
not
rock.
untoggle the advantage button, so it's just a 21.
You might have to
okay
refresh.
across there, Gwent?
Gwent's in
It
his
just
car
seems-
and is happy.
It just seems to be some kind of rock.
It's thirsty.
It's bloody.
Gonna stay
Oh,
near
but
the
it's a good rock.
It's
So-
really tasty.
There is no
Why you-
immediate danger in the vicinity, but there does appear to be some form of movement far off to the northeast. It's a little bit too far away to be too relevant right now, and you see catch various kind of smaller movements of just creatures and other things just far off. Not enough to kind of determine what they are, but also not nearby. So if you and you know that there is still some activity to this area. You're still kind of in a wildlife. There's still creatures all about you, or some form of creatures. But the only the kind of movement to the northeast kind of draws your attention. It appears to be quite a large body or at least you can tell from kind of just the subtle signs of, kind of vibrations in the walls, and you don't get a direct sight, but you can kind of catch a sight of some large canvas kind of moving between the walls on at least the direction towards your party. They're still a good couple minutes away, but something you'd pick up and be aware of.
Coming in this direction, I'm going to keep eyes on it, and when it gets to within 1,000 feet, well, I'm going to let the party know now, but when it gets within 1,000 feet, I'll say we should think about stealthing if we're going to ambush it, because it could be the thing that took the propellers. I don't know.
Speaking of which, Alvina, as you were tracking the footprints lead directly towards the edge of the oil spill. Or the oil pond. It's not really a spill. And that's where you lose them in the oil.
Just a general question, the point where you can't see this. What is that in the middle? Is that a door?
Yes.
An archway or a ladder?
Yes.
Okay.
An archway.
Maybe a portal?
If you guys kind of move south enough, you can see that there is some form of archway built into the southern side of this stone wall, about 12 feet tall, maybe probably like 6-ish, 7 feet wide. There appears to be some sort of carving into the face that kind of withered away from age. But it appears to be almost a kind of almost human-like face, or a giant's face, kind of carved into it. And if you move around the pond to kind of get direct line of sight into the archway, you can actually see that there is a wall, but there is a very strange configuration of what looks like almost thin holes in the wall, or thin cracks in the wall, only like half a foot wide, and very strange formations. Almost like fissures in the wall.
I'm guessing I'm gonna step forward enough to be.
Remember the last time you went near?
You can also see the floating corpses in the pond.
Edge of the oil to see how deep it is.
It's probably similar. The oil never tends to go too high, maybe like 3 feet up. Or as you're at the pond, it'll be like only a foot, and then it'll get deeper, and you can kind of see. Looks like it probably gets 3 feet at like the deepest of edge of it.
It doesn't look like they just sunk it into the oil. Then it seems to be about as deep as the rest of the oil we've ran into. But do we want to look at the thing up there?
There we go, I can make that. I mean, it just starts measuring up, like eyeballing it, and goes, right, here's the thinnest point. And she just starts cautiously
Taking a run
up.
How clear are the bodies in the oil? Can I get a good look at them?
They're floating on the surface. From the looks of it. From what he described.
Medical check from a distance?
Disadvantage.
Medicine is like going over a body, seeing wounds and stuff.
Oh, from a distance, I think you can see some wounds. At least takes off the obvious of.
You can do distance check based ones usually.
What,
it just isn't.
I will cast Mage Hand down at there, and the Mage Hand will pull one of the bodies towards the shore for you. How about that?
Been poking a body with a stick.
Yeah, the stick might not be strong enough to pull the body back in.
Goodbye, whoever left.
Oh, and by the way, I'm telling you all of the creature coming from the northeast.
Cool. There's a creature coming from the northeast one, and also our GM appears to have disconnected.
Yeah, the internet's just died.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, okay.
That was who left.
That's a problem.
Oh, they meant internet. Oh, they just put interest aside.
Yeah, that's just really hard.
I noticed they both weren't here and
I'm bored now.
said a comment. So, I guess we can just do everything.
I guess I'm running it. the creature descends upon you all, leaps in the
No.
pool, and
Nope,
splashes you all, and you all die.
Professor
Fallen
gets
wheels
shot in the
down.
head, and he's dead.
We'll,
If you're
we
going to
turn
try
around.
and get us.
Oh yeah, wait a
we'll
minute.
vamp for
Oil on
another
fire.
few minutes. We'll vamp for another few minutes, and
Yeah.
if they can't get internet back, we'll
Cool.
pause the stream there for the night.
I mean, it is
Probably.
9:20 anyway.
Yeah, but Chris might want to set up a
Yeah.
Fire
Yeah,
or something.
that's why we're
a
waiting.
rapidly approaching thing for next week. So
Oh.
we'll just vamp for a second. How's everyone feeling?
Very well fed, and I feel
I'm
great.
fine.
I just went to the bathroom, so great.
How
Yeah.
did
Thank
it
you
take
for
you
that.
so long to realise
It's a giant
It
eyeball.
was an eye.
it's
Yeah.
I was zoomed in. I was
But
zoomed in.
how far were you zoomed
You've
in?
been
though?
pretty far zoomed in.
Yeah,
I
as
saw
soon,
the
as soon as the
whole
map
pool, but I
loaded,
looked together, it was an eye. I'm
as
not
soon as
good
the
with.
map loaded, Jamie did say, "Oh, it's a giant eye."
Yeah.
No, it was me.
I also-
Like,
I
is
also
that
said
an
it.
eye?
I also said it as well.
I didn't hear you, sorry.
It's
But a while
it's a
later,
deadly-
I zoomed out and like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it's big fucking eye and spider webs is what I
I
immediately saw.
mean, we were told that the
Yeah.
giant worm that we fought last week
Was
was
a stomach parasite.
stomach worm.
Mm,
So,
This is the
and
big
we're in a
head.
place called Titan Guts.
We found the
yeah,
head.
that's true.
You think they're all connected somehow?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
maybe.
If
Little
you look
bit.
at the map, it's got body
I'm-
parts.
yeah. I mean, I'm just trying so hard not to think of this like the map as a cross between Mike Wazowski and Shrek at the moment.
It kind of does look very,
Oh, no.
very Mike Wazowski-esque.
The map's just a big version of that operation. Pulling out things.
Just wrong up. Below the eye, there's lots of webs. Is that a beard down there?
A what?
I thought it was like a skull with teeth type thing.
Oh yeah,
It
maybe.
looks sort of like an armored jaw. Because
Yeah.
the pointed rocks go up.
Oh yeah, I see
breaking
what
up.
you mean. And yeah, it looks like a
Kinda-
grill, like a
Kinda
helmet
one-eyed.
grill.
I thought it might have been Darth Vader's face.
The thing
and then
is-
I thought, no, it looks more like Shrek.
The funny thing is the two pathways in from the top make it look like a rabbit ears.
My thought of what
I
the
did wonder.
Yeah.
I did wonder more if it was the four-eyed gazer, rather beholderkin,
Hmm.
because it looked kind of like that until I saw the teeth.
Yeah, my main thought is there's going to be spiders down there, like some sort of rock spider.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I
Possibly,
reckon
yeah.
there's going to be rock spiders in the eyebrow as well.
I'll be honest, I'm
Receiving
not.
more
I'm not-
messages.
The point
from-
hasn't worked that out, but Alistair thinks.
You will end session. You.
Oh yeah.
That the corpses are dead swamp raiders, each with a massive wound either in their chest or along their necks. Investigations by Zorman revealed that there is traces of void arcanite in the wounds, and that those creatures were most likely killed by the void propellers. At the same time, a large roar and the sound of trumpets rose through the valleys from the direction of the professor indicated. This roar sends the Hydras in a frenzy. They seem to recognize this roar.
Oh, and
And with
everyone,
that, we're
and
gonna
with
end
that,
there.
and
There we go.
tune
Yeah.
in next week to watch
Remember.
more Alterra, the Shattered Altsphere.
Awesome.
There you go.
Thank you for watching.
Sorry about the technical difficulties at the end there.
Good night. Yeah, that's fine.
And it's bye from everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Good night.
bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Say when, Bob.
We're done.
Okay. And on my stream, thank you guys very much for watching. I'll be back on Monday with... What am I doing on Mondays? Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, players. It's awesome. I'm sure the GM would say thank you for playing. And we'll see you next time. So, have a fantastic evening.
Chris and Preston, and yeah, so thank you for playing and thank you for watching. Yeah.
So, thank you very
Finally
much for
found a
watching.
good-
Have a fantastic evening. Every so many of you keep playing the games. Keep being awesome, you guys are. The Switch. Good night.
Oh, that was good.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.